You are now tuned into the Beat Club podcast, where producers are heard. But it's not just about producers. If you have any type of brand or product that you are trying to push, you can reach out to us at beatclubpodcast@gmail.com for a spot on our show. We reach out to tons of producers from around the globe, so it's an opportunity to get your brand recognized in front of a dope audience. Reach out to us at beatclubpodcast@gmail.com. Motivate.
You're listening to the Beat Club podcast, where producers are heard.
We are the creators of the Stu Beat Showcase, and we bring to you
The Beat Club podcast,
where producers are heard.
the best place to hear new beat makers from around the globe.
here we keep it real about the music.
We keep these beats or we cut them. Simple and plain. With the help of our special guests and listeners worldwide.
If you wish to join our Beat Club Podcast community, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Beat Club Podcast.
And join our private producer group on Facebook by searching
The Stu:"Beat Club. Check. What's poppin', everybody? How's everybody doing today? It's your boy D Loops, aka Do It All Loops, man. I'm here with my bro.
Trench was happening.
Motivate Marin is on his way as usual, man. We're the creators of the Beat Club podcast, where producers are heard. We're here on this beautiful. It's beautiful outside, right?
Yeah, it's a little warm.
I feel beautiful.
It's a little warm.
All right.
It's a little bit.
But yeah, we're here on this beautiful Sunday in November, halfway through November. And we have a special guest right now, man. So let's all welcome and introduce Moshun to the Beat Club podcast. Let's clap it up one time. I shoot guns on the show, so I'm just letting you know. You're going to hear a lot of gunshots. That's what we're going to do here.
Oh, it's no problem.
Yeah, it's a musket.
Good dramatic effect right there.
It's a musket.
What's poppin', Moshun? How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing well. I mean, I'm ready to hibernate over here. You guys said it was warm, but it just started snowing in Chicago, so
Yep.
we're already in like hibernation mode. Stay close to the home.
Yeah, well, like I said, you can keep that over there. We don't want it whatsoever.
We don't want it yet.
You look forward to snow, bro?
Yeah, in December. What you mean?
Why do you look forward to the snow? Like,
I got a kid. You can go outside and throw snowballs at his face.
Okay.
Hey, you cannot appreciate the beauty of the springtime unless you've gone through a desolate period of loneliness and cold.
Yeah, tell him.
Maybe that's
please.
just what we tell ourselves to get through it.
Yeah, I mean, when it gets wintry, I'd rather just take a vacation. But I understand where you're coming from. You like winter because you want to
throw
hit your
snowballs
son
at
in
his
the
face.
face. Yeah.
Why not?
That's love. That's love. Y'all guys can hold that. I mean, you know what? A white Christmas is always good. I think a white Christmas is cool. But then after that, I don't want it. I don't want a white New Year's. I don't want a white birthday. I don't want nothing.
Yeah, everything
You're
else.
like,
after
okay,
that
just
can-
like a
can go.
48-hour period of
That's
snow,
it.
and then
That's all I need. Snowflakes and presents, and then we can just move on and just bring on the springtime. I think we good there. But yeah, shout out to everybody out there in the BCP community, man. Once again, we're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. But I will say this: starting 2022, we'll be going all the way just to Twitch, yo. So be sure to follow us. Be sure to stay tuned, and just know Beat Club Podcast 2022 will be on Twitch. Real quick, man. I know we haven't been here since we had the live show, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So the live show that we had was at the Jungle. We had a couple of dope beat battles as well as some dope performances as well.
Mm-hmm.
Was there anything that you wanted to kind of like mention or kind of talk about from the night?
I think the artists were really dope.
Yeah.
What was the first? It was Trevo,
Trevor.
and he's from here, right?
Believe so.
He had incredible breath control. For a young artist, he had incredible breath control. I told him in the back after his performance, I was like, yo, I don't care what anybody else ever says to you. You're nice, bro. And just keep going. 100%.
That stuff's needed. I think that positive feedback is good, as long as I know you didn't come off like a yes man or anything, because that doesn't help.
No.
But just when you like, yo, put him aside, because I said the same thing to Law JQ.
Yeah, he got energy.
And on top of that, Law JQ popped up, and not only did he pop up, he also brought his own signage that he set up on stage in like 30 seconds and then
he
started
had the,
performing.
Retractable banner. Oh my God, very smart.
So if you're a performing artist out there and you do not have a retractable banner, I would highly recommend you get one, because he literally came up on stage, set it up, pow, dropped the song, and then once he was done, he closed it, boom, and he was off the stage.
Power move.
Yes. I'm mad I didn't do that. I need to do that. So yeah.
Yeah, matter of fact, we need one.
we need two. You know what I mean? We need to make something happen. So shout out to everybody that did pull up. Shout out to all the producers that did pull up and play some music that night. I know Dallas Rose was in the crowd. Flip Jackson also came out, which was super cool.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Flip.
Oh yeah, you know what? How am I doing shout outs in that? There we go. It's only right. Shout out to you guys. And then on top of that, the beat battles. The beat battles that we had Motivate Marin versus It's Keys. Very, very good battle, though.
Very good.
Now, I will say this, Keys, not that you surprised me, but you surprised me as far as pairing up with Marin. I didn't know that was going to be so evenly matched, you know what I mean, as far as like on the sample end. But what he did during the battle is when Marin answered with something that was bass heavy, he came back with something bass heavy.
Very true.
You know what I mean? When Marin hit him with a sample, he hit him with a sample as well. And that's what I'm talking about. I thought that was dope. And then who? Oh, Marin won that.
Yeah, Marin won, but the people thought Keys won.
People chose Keys.
But I will say this: the last beat that they played, when you was like play one more or whatever.
Yep.
That's what kind of sealed it for Marin.
Got you.
Because Keys could have played something else during that time, and he might have won. Like for real.
What was a close one? And then we also had KT versus Scotty Flippin', which was also another dope battle.
Yes, sir.
And we had KT won that one by the crowd vote, even though I think differently, but it's cool. I think, and I said this afterwards, I thought KT played a lot of polished bangers for like commercial. Like these were tracks that were ready. But I think Scotty Flippin' came to take some heads off. Like he came with battle beats.
Yeah, he came with some battle beats.
And I feel like I would have gave it to Scotty Flippin' as far as the battle beat thing goes, but they both did have some solid beats. But battle beats, Scotty Flippin' brought it. But yeah, just shout out to everybody there when it comes to that. And then I think we're also going to have another one, I think the second week in December. I just don't know the exact date, but we're also going to be at the Jungle again to close out the year of 2021. Can't wait to say 2022.
I believe that's December 13th.
All right, I believe in you too. Lick a shot.
I don't know.
Cool. So before we get into this interview and such, man, we got some people in the comments that we got to shout out. Trench, can we go down? Can we shout out to Moshun's cats in the background? Can we shout out? What's your cat's name?
I was wondering what that was.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. They'll go to sleep soon. They'll tire themselves out in a few minutes.
How many cats do you have?
I got 2. They're brand new. They're going on 6 months old, but I've only had them for 3 weeks, so we're all still adjusting to each other's patterns and lifestyles, you know.
You know, once you buy them a Christmas gift, you're officially a cat lady, right?
I mean, I could already be thought of as a cat lady. I live alone. I'm single, and I have 2 cats. So
yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
well,
cat lady.
What's your cat's names? Do you got a name for them?
Pretzel and Crunch. At some point, Pretzel's probably going to come up on my lap, so you'll see him.
So shout out to Pretzel and
Crunch. And you see them
Crunch.
chasing each other in the background, yeah.
Pretzel and Crunch, what's popping?
What's popping?
Meow, meow.
He said meow, meow. We got GQ, man. GQ is popping with you. King Johannes in the building. What's popping with you?
Yes, sir.
Who's
Chris
that?
Kane in the building. What's good, bro?
Who that?
D Phrase in the building. What's up, bro?
What's going on, man?
Black Flash in the building.
What's up?
Max with the 100 bits. What's good, Max?
I hope your cats are not afraid of gunshots. So it's going to happen.
My brother,
Oh, I got the headphones.
my brother Cole King Cage in the building. What's up, man?
That is a fire name.
It is. And he got energy, too, man.
Word?
Yeah. He's very energetic.
Gotcha.
That's my guy. Who else? Mike Wright for you in the building. What's up? She said cats are souls, too, just like us.
This is correct.
100%.
We all need loving.
Ebony Eyes in the building.
What's up?
She loves cats. Everybody loves cats. Who don't love a
Damn,
cat?
these cats are going to become famous right here.
They are. Who else we got? People in the building. What's up, people?
What's going on?
And we got Gerard in the building. I think I said that right. What's up, man?
Yeah. What's going on, man?
And then Wise in the building. I always forget your producer name, but you're always in the folder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to you. All right, cool. We got everybody? We good?
Yeah, so far.
All right, cool. Let me put the toast away. Make sure we good. All right, so we got all the shout outs out the way. We covered the BCP event. We got the next one that's coming in December. Is there anything else that we got to say? Or we're covered right now, right?
I think we covered everything.
All right, cool.
808 diffraction in the building was good.
Oh, there you go. I will say this, right? So we had posted the flyer that we was gonna have Moshun on the show, and I think it was her name is escaping me right now, but she was like, yo, she's so dope. I'm certainly tuning in. Like, there were certain people that were real excited to see that you were gonna be on the show.
Damn, I'm flattered.
So
Little me, okay.
I know you. He said Marin in the building. How is Marin? Marin must be coming his way, but yeah. So I know you do a bunch of different things as far as you're a producer. You also say you're instrumentalist. You're a podcast creator or podcast.
I'm a podcast editor.
Podcast editor.
So I would just take these files and do what I need to them after the fact. That's what I do all day.
Oh, word? Shoot, we might need to hire you. How about that?
Seriously.
Hey, I did say that at the beginning. I said, if you're ever trying to outsource, this is what I do.
Oh, we might have to talk after the show and make something happen. Is there anything else that you have as far as like another talent that you have that's related just to the audio and what you're doing with yourself?
I feel like that's quite a few things already. I mean, I play bass. I've played piano my whole life. I produce, obviously, do a little bit of finger drumming, and I'm about to learn how to DJ for real. Like, everyone mistakes me for a DJ, of course. I'm sure you know what that's like, but I could be a DJ pretty soon.
That's dope. So let me ask you this: where did you get all this musical influence from? I mean, given that you're into a whole bunch of different things, where did it come into your life?
It's definitely always been a presence my whole life, but not necessarily from my parents. I'd probably say my older brother. He was the one who first learned an instrument. He was really good at guitar, and he was giving me like really classic like jazz CDs when I was like 10 and 11 years old. I was listening to Miles Davis and Bill Evans and all that, John Coltrane, and also a lot of like classic rock influence right at the beginning there. And I think that just really instilled like a love of music, but all types of different genres, and just an appreciation for the history of these genres, how they inform one another. And that's something that I take really seriously now. Like, I really want to pay respects for the people who came before me in my craft and just borrow a little bit from all of these genres and create something new.
I like that word, borrow.
I mean, don't they say great artists
respectfully?
Yeah, respectfully. Yeah.
Nah, that's fire. Wait, she said she does YouTube editing. Oh yeah, you might get some people hitting you up. Yeah.
I do not do YouTube editing. I don't know why that's out there, but
podcast editing.
I think at one point I was trying to do like YouTube videos for real, and I quickly realized there is no space in my life to spend that much time editing. So I do audio editing.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot
for the money. Yeah.
So when you look at your time, if you had to break your time up into like a pie and be like, okay, well, I spend 60% on this and 20% on that, the majority of your creative time is spent on what?
Majority of my creative time is spent just kind of messing around in my DAW, and I want to spend less of that time mixing and finishing things, because I find that I spend way too much time in the cycles of my brain and questioning my decisions. So I want the majority of my creative time, which is already limited to a certain number of hours per week as it is, to be devoted to that exploration, to that like new creation, to that just like getting out ideas. And yeah, that could probably look different for other people, but I've wasted so much of my life up to this point trying to mix and get the perfect finished product, when in reality, like, less is actually more in the mixing stage, I feel. So more time creating, less time questioning the tiniest EQ things. Like, yeah,
that can steer people off sometimes. I can get into that when I'm working on a sound. I'm like, oh, I don't like how this string sounds, so let me go and EQ it. Let me add this to it. And honestly, you just got to get the idea out, and then if you get to it later to fine tune it, cool.
Yeah.
As long as I'm not actively angry at it, it's probably good. Like, that's how I've had to kind of retrain my mind to think about the mixing process.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I seen a YouTube video of yours when you were trying to I think you mentioned become a better mixer. Like, you were trying to address, like, mixing was an area that you were trying to become better at.
Yes.
What made you realize that? Was it someone kind of pointing it out, or was it just where your ears were and like your aesthetic? Like, you was just like, no, that's not how I need this to sound.
It definitely came from me being able to listen to my older stuff and realize how unbalanced it was. And I think in the beginning, I was just so eager to put things out there, and I wasn't even worried at all about polishing it up before just like releasing it out into the world. And I admire myself, my younger self, for that type of enthusiasm. I'm a bit more of a professional now, but at the same time, I don't want to veer too far in the opposite direction where something is never finished because it's not perfect. And I've realized, I'm like, okay, if I'm on like mix number 20 something, something's not adding up, and maybe I need to like go back several steps and realize that, a basic clean mix in a way earlier version was probably the best one.
Yeah. It sucks when you get down to mix 20 something, you realize mix 2 was the one.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn,
literally.
Bro. But yeah, so
not over mixing. We're just finding a good balance.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what we're going to be doing today is we're also going to be interviewing Motion throughout, listening to some beats, but we also have some beats that she sent in to us that we're going to play a little later, as well as some snippets from her project that she has coming out. Oh, she actually has out now. It's called
It's
Kinesis.
been out for a few months. Yeah.
Is it Kinesis?
Kinesis.
What is the thought process behind the name?
Well, my name is Motion, and kinetic energy is literally motion.
Nice.
So I just turned it into a noun.
That's pretty straightforward. All right, cool. It's always great when you can sum it up in like 2 sentences. I was expecting something, extra, but yeah, that's straight to the point. So
I guess you could make your own interpretations when you hear it.
I was waiting for something. I was waiting for something just deep and magical, but I guess, you know what? Facts are facts, and that's where it came from. Magical, bro.
Physics.
Oh, wait, we got some more people in the building. Shout them out real quick before we get to these beats, bro.
Hold on. Let me scroll back up. Dad makes beats in the building.
Said
What's
Dad?
good, bro?
Dad makes beats?
Yeah.
Fire.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he was here the last time.
Yeah, my bad. I forgot.
Yeah. Let me see. It's a lot of scrolling. Tuck's in the building. What's up, Tux?
What's popping?
Brown Jewel just pulled up. What's up?
The Brown Jewel. Is she in Abu Dhabi right now?
I don't know.
I think she's in. Let us know if you're in Abu Dhabi. And it says Motion Smooth Line Lotion.
Where? What?
Dad makes beats. I don't know. I think he's trying to rhyme.
Motion Smooth like lotion, probably.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, there it goes. The Grinch is in the building. What's up, Grinch?
What up?
Truly. What's up, Truly?
Cool. I can put the tool away. I think I'm good.
Yeah, put the gun away. The musket.
All right. I'm getting a better gun for Christmas. Just letting you know.
I would hope so.
All right. Thank you.
It's been about 5 years.
So moving on from the hate. All right, yo. So I think it's about time to get into some beats. So we ready to listen to some beats?
Let's go.
All right, let's get into it.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
What we do each and every Sunday here at the Beat Club Podcast is we have a place called thebclubpodcast.com where producers can go and upload as many fire beats as possible. We take some of these beats and we place them in the folder and we play them for the first time ever on our show. These beats have not been pre-screened whatsoever. We go around and we listen and we decide if we're going to keep it or cut it. You guys can join the conversation in the comments because we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. So let us know if you would keep it or cut it. And based on the majority vote, we'll make that decision. If we get up to 8 keep it's in a session, then we're going to make a beat tape today that Motion is going to name. It's going to be A&R'd by the Beat Club Podcast and Motion as well. And hopefully we'll make it happen. If we don't, then, we can just talk about it and kind of forget about the day. But we'll try to make it happen, you know what I mean? So, yeah, besides all that, man, I'm ready to listen to some beats. I think from the past event that we just came from, we heard some dope beats. Last Sunday was also a dope session and dope show. So I think we've been kind of been on like an incline of just really dope production. So hopefully today doesn't fall short when it comes to what you guys sent in. So, also I do want to say this. I know we put a link out there and someone did send something in to our email. We do not take beats in our email. You have to go to bclubpodcast.com and upload your beats and make sure that they're MP3s, please.
Follow the instructions.
I did give the person a pass because the name was D.
Oh, he's
just
biased.
I'm just saying, just a little bit. But yeah, so with all that said, man, we got a first person on the chopping block. Yeah, who's the first
Ooh,
one?
that's so dramatic.
So, but you know, I'm gonna let you know, Motion, we do not hold back when it comes to telling people how we feel. All right.
Okay.
And right now we're pretty sober. If we have a drink or two, we're definitely not holding back. So yeah, just putting it out there. Don't, I'm not telling you to hurt anybody's feelings, but we're not yes men over here. So we just expect the same from you. We're going to keep it real all the way through.
Let's go.
Trench man, who's the first person on the chopping block for today?
Funny enough, first person on the chopping block is our host, Marin.
He's not here, but he's here. All right.
And this joint is called Ivory.
Okay, so Motivate Marin, he did something I think we need to start doing, just uploading to a random show. Motivate Marin's on the chopping block right now. You guys going to let us know if you're going to keep it or cut it. Let's get it. Let's go.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
All right, B Club, let's talk about it. Let us know in the comments. Would you keep it? Would you cut it? Do you hear someone special on it? I'm going to go around the room and talk to the bros. The bro.
The bro.
And see what's good. Trench man, what is your feedback on this beat from Motivate Marin?
It's a wave. It's smooth. I'm gonna keep it. My only feedback is like during the verse part. I think I would still add some bass in there because it just seemed just a little too empty. But that's just me nitpicking. I'm still keeping it.
All right, cool. I got people saying this is dope. If this had a switch up, man, but I'll throw out a safe keep it. People saying waves, it's smooth. I'm gonna go to Motion and see how she feels about it. Motion, what's the word?
I feel it might be a little bit robotic to me. I feel like it could use a little bit of swing, a little bit of dynamics, a little bit of velocity. Like I feel like I need some type of playing around, like some movement with it. I like the piano. I'm not sure if it's like a sample or it's original. But you told me to not hold back, so
Yes.
I'm gonna cut it.
Yo, how hard is it for our guests, especially when they're a producer, to say cut it on their first beat? It's so difficult, so thank you.
Yeah, they usually dance around the word.
Yeah, you're like, I like it a little bit.
That's how you know. It's like if I'm gonna keep it, you have like it's gonna mean so much more,
Yeah. I'm gonna say I thought this was a dope beat. I didn't necessarily care for like the string sounds. I'm kind of a string hater at times, but
Yeah, you are.
yeah, it's okay. Self-awareness is key. And I don't know, I'm kind of picky on the kick, just a little bit. So I'm gonna do what Motivate would do, and I'm gonna throw out my safe keep it today. So I'm gonna get it out the way. Safe keep it from Loops, cut it from Motion, and then keep it from Trench.
Yep.
People online.
For the most part, they liked it.
So it sounds like we're gonna
It
keep
sounds
it.
like a stalemate.
Yeah, it kind of does, but it's
I mean, they
voting. So I mean,
people voting.
let's do it then.
They
we know what
liked
it
it.
is.
They were giving it feedback, but they liked it though.
Marin got to keep it, so you know what that means. Let Marin setting the tempo for the show. We're gonna throw that one up on the board because it is important. Bam, there we go. All right, so we got to keep it. Who's next, bro?
Next up, we got Seventh Sign with Reunion.
From Cleveland, Ohio. Have you ever been to Cleveland?
No, not yet.
Motion, you been to Cleveland?
No, sir.
Yeah, I don't know what's in Cleveland, but yeah, we're gonna find out right now.
Nothing.
This is definitely something in Cleveland. This is definitely something. It has to be. Let us know what's in Cleveland if you've been, because I need to know. We're gonna take a listen right now to B Club Podcast. Keep it, cut it. Let's get it. Let's go. All right, Beat Club, let's talk that talk. Let us know, would you keep it? Would you cut it? Do you hear someone special on it? Let us know in the comments. I'm throwing this one to Motion first. Motion, what's the word on this?
I like this one a lot. It reminds me of very early Mind Design, and it reminds me a lot of Knowledge. It's very like kind of that disjointed, kind of sloppy swing, fuzz bass. This is very much my taste. The one thing I would say, I think there's like a lead sound that comes in and like connects the sections. I thought it was a little bit too detuned. Like it almost didn't necessarily fit like the melodic progression of the beat. But I'm gonna keep it.
All right, so we gotta keep it, man. So I'm gonna go over to. Oh wait, they're saying, is it just sounding weird to us? What did they say? Fire,
I'm like
fire.
I'm not sure if it's the audio quality or the actual beat though.
Yeah, I mean, my thing with the beat is I like, there was like some textures in there that I definitely did appreciate. I like the weird sounds, but there was something that came in a little later that it threw me off. I don't really know what instrument it was, but it was just like, it was okay. And then I did feel a certain way about the audio, the audio clips. What happened?
We could just ask him. He's right here.
Where's he at?
He's right here. I just highlighted his joint.
Oh, I appreciate the feedback. Yeah.
Yeah, let us know.
What do we want to know?
Maybe he added the weird effects in the beat.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah, because the last beat he sent had similar effects on it. Remember?
Yeah.
We cut him and he wanted to get another one played. And then he was like, can I send another one? He's like, nah, I'll just send it in next week.
Oh.
So?
Well, shit.
I think this is his style, to be honest.
No, I
he
hear
steps outside of what we're used to hearing. And I appreciate that.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the weirdness, and I like there's a bop to it, but there was just like one instrument that kind of threw me off just a little bit. But
I agree.
For the most part, it's cool, and I'll let it slide. So I'm gonna give it a keep it. Trench, what's the word?
Yeah, I say keep it. I hear the bop in it, and that's what keeping me here.
Yeah.
All the other sounds, I'm like, if I hear an artist's voice on here, I'm like, man, this is out of here. This is gone.
I don't know who I would want to hear on this though. They're saying Far Side.
I could agree with that.
Yeah. So it sounds like we're keeping it.
I'm with it.
All right, cool. So let's throw it out there. Keep it.
Keep it, keep it, keep it.
I like it the more I hear it. Like, I really like this one.
It sounds like something you might like too, just based off of like your sound alone, you know? Like this is
it's true.
definitely your cup of tea, you know? Speaking on that, can we dive into one of your beats?
Please.
All right, so
That'd be fun.
Is there a particular one that you care to hear, or can we just pick either of the two?
You pick.
All right,
you
cool.
surprised me with my own catalog.
Got you. So, baby, what you do? Have you ever said that to anybody? Baby, what you do? No. All right.
No.
You'll hear the sample chops. Baby, what you do?
Oh, okay, cool. And is this on any project whatsoever, or is this just some new stuff?
I made this yesterday. I was on the Global Beat Cipher Today's Future Sound last night.
Nice.
So I was flipping one of those samples for that cipher.
All right, and this is what she came out with, the Baby What You Do, when I'm on a date.
And I'm also testing out my Korg mini log, my new synth.
All right, so let's take a listen to it right now. Beat Club Podcast, let's get it. Let's go.
The Beat Club.
Baby, what you do?
Baby, what you do?
Beat Club. Let us know what you think in the comments. Would you have kept that beat? Would you cut that beat? People seem like they're feeling it. They're saying it has a nice swing, nice vibes. You're funkadelic. Funkadelic. Yeah, people are rocking with it. I would have kept it. People saying no respectfully. Other people saying keep. Other people saying vibe. Feeling the vibes, good progression, and sounds. Shout out to Anna, how to beat speaker. Yeah, they're rocking with it for the most part. So, yeah. Motivate.
Yeah.
Feel anything about that beat? I know you just came in, so the fresh ears. How was you feeling about that vibe?
No, I was rocking with it, especially, like as a person that plays music, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the way I was listening to it. That'll fit in nicely in a DJ set for sure. Like, I know where I would place that.
Yeah.
So I think that, like, that's what that vibe is right there. I think you kind of have to listen to it with those ears, you know what I'm saying? Or if you're a dancer or, like if you're somebody that's really into music,
Maybe
you know what I'm
uprock.
saying? Yeah, like not listening with just hip-hop ears and shit.
Right.
Well, dope. Well, we also have another beat from you, and we're going to play some other ones, but I want to get into this other beat from Moshun. It was Your Name. I'm guessing that's just your name. It's called Your Name? All right, cool. So we're
Also sample chop.
Dope. So we're going to take a listen to this one right now from Moshun on the Beat Club podcast. Let's get it. Let's go. Beat Club. Looks like you guys are enjoying this one. It says, feel like I'm walking down a catwalk. Okay, dope.
I love that.
They would like this in Detroit. I think that's what they're saying. I like this a lot. Dope vibes. People are rocking with it. It's my BPM. I like this BPM. Anything in this BPM with a bop, I'm for it. Dope vibes all together. I don't know if the host over here got anything that they want to say, but for the most part,
that shit was fire.
I'm just still vibing. That's it.
Yeah, that.
I want to shop.
I love peeking over and
Is-
seeing
where-
everybody's
where's-
heads bopping.
Is
That's
that
my
an
favorite.
exclusive one, or like where's that? Where does that live?
This one,
Yeah.
it lives on my hard drive at the moment because I made it like last week or something.
Oh, I want to play it. Can I have it?
Can you have it?
Huh?
What does that mean?
No, I meaning to like play it because I spin. I DJ.
Oh yes, absolutely you can.
Oh, okay, all right.
She was like, wait a minute.
Hold on.
I don't know what you mean.
Let's get
You
specific.
said
Yeah,
it
this
lives
is
on
this
your
is
hard
one that
drive,
I've
so-
been performing locally for a little bit. So just for folks in Chicago have heard so far.
Okay,
Very fire.
dope.
So, I mean, we ain't got nothing else to say about this, but I think it's only right that we just throw it out there for you. Because you deserve it. Why not? Good stuff. Good stuff. So, look, we've already set the bar kind of high when it comes to the beats from Moshun as well as what the people have sent in. But for Moshun, man,
You got to introduce your kitty to the show.
we already
This
did.
is my
Oh,
boy
you did?
Pretzel.
Oh, I missed that. All right, my fault.
She got Pretzel and then the other one's Crunch, right?
Yeah, Crunch won't hop up here, but he'll be in the background.
I bet.
So, Moshun, were you born and raised in Chi-Town?
I was, yes. I left for a few years to go to school, and I came back about 2 years ago. Yeah.
What made you come back?
The pandemic.
I guess that won't do it. That won't do it. And then when you left, were you currently a musician at that time, or did you like dive into this musician stuff once you came back to Chi-Town?
I've been playing piano my whole life. I went into school thinking I was going to do jazz piano. I'm not good enough to do jazz piano. Like, I don't know if y'all tried playing jazz, but shit is intense. So I quickly realized I wanted to reroute my creativity just a little bit, and I learned how to produce.
So where did you go to school?
Davidson College in North Carolina.
And it's a music school, or they have a music program?
No, definitely not. It's a liberal arts school, really tiny. It's where Steph Curry went, if that means anything to y'all.
Yes,
yeah, it's a little bit outside of Charlotte.
Okay, that's right.
Well, you know, I don't know colleges that much outside of Boston.
Yeah, I like when she said the name, I didn't think of that off rip. But she's right. That's because Steph Curry like kind of like that squad turned that program up in basketball. They always had a decent program, but yeah, they turned that shit up. Put them. It's
a very good school. It's just not too well known. Yeah. Okay, Pretzel, come on.
So let me ask you about the projects that you've been putting out. Now, when I searched just for your name in general, like you had a lot of different projects that were released, like whether it be singles and stuff that were out there. Is there a method to the madness as far as, you know, do you want to put out a project every so often? Or is it something where you're looking, you know, you just, whenever they're done, you just put them out there? Like what's the flow to your madness as a musician?
Simply put, the method to my madness is just how often I can get out of my own way and actually like finish something and put it out there. There's like potential projects that I have in folders right now where every time I make something that fits the vibe of that project, I put it in there, TBD. And I find that in the past, the main thing that's, you know, blocked me from just putting things out there is I've always felt that my projects were at like 90% finished. And I think I talked about this earlier in terms of like the mixing and just like putting those finishing tweaks on things. But that's always been a process of me just trying to get out of my own head and just do it. So there was the project that went out earlier this summer, and I have some more things cooking now, and hopefully it won't take me as long to push it out there.
So is that like a reoccurring thing that you come in contact with as far as getting to 90% and kind of pausing, or is it something that you've already overcome and now you got a better flow to how you release things?
I think it's something I'm overcoming, but is always going to be like a process of having to reconnect to those values. I think I'm sure a lot of people who consider themselves like overthinkers and perfectionists can probably relate to that. Like there's a point where something is close to being done when suddenly it starts to unravel upon itself, and then all of the insecurities and thoughts start to get in the way. So that's something that I think I'll probably have to face like head on probably every project that I put out. So that's just me like having a working relationship with my own creativity.
What are you using to make your beats? Like, what DAW do you use, or what hardware are you using?
Ableton. And the most important piece of hardware that I have is my Yamaha keyboard. It's actually right next to me here because I am a pianist first and foremost. Everything I did for a long time was on MIDI, but a lot of my songs, if they don't start with sample chops, they start with chord progressions. So that's like the main thing that I need to have is access to the keyboard.
From your keyboard and run it in, or are you using it as MIDI?
Sometimes I do. Most of the time I've used MIDI just because I have a little bit more control over the sound. Because this particular keyboard only has like 4 sounds. Like it's not.
Which one?
It's not like a synthesizer. This is a Yamaha 88 key. I mean, it has like the weighted keys, so it feels like a real piano, which is really helpful. But it only has a couple of actual sound selections, like different patches. So mostly I use MIDI and route it through here.
You are now tuned into the Beat Club podcast, where producers are heard. Are you looking to advertise your brand? Do you have a small business that you're trying to push? Do you have a clothing line? Do you sell food out the trunk of your car? Shit.
I want in. We got something for everybody. That means if you need to advertise with the Beat Club podcast, because we have nothing but producers in our circle, music lovers, and people like that all around the world, you can advertise your product 24/7 on the Beat Club podcast by hitting us up at beatclubpodcast@gmail.com.
We have an audience from all across the globe that tune in each and every Sunday. People that love music. You know what I'm saying? Like people that love music. It's a producer-based podcast, but it's people that love music as a whole. So if you want to get your product to have like more reach out across the globe, not just locally in your neck of the woods, hit up beatclubpodcast.com. And we got people hitting us up from Europe, from Africa, from India. You know what I'm saying? So it's a global reach. So if you want to get your small business to touch the globe, you might want to reach out to us at Beat Club Podcast. Go to beatclubpodcast@gmail.com.
You're listening to the Beat Club podcast, where producers are heard.
Got it. But how did you learn how to play like the bass?
Thank you
Was that like self-taught or?
Yeah, that was a product of the pandemic, honestly. Like at the beginning of the pandemic, I think it was the holiday season right before it hit when I finally got a bass, and I was so excited about that. I have always been so inspired by bass lines, and it was always the first thing that I would try and replicate using MIDI was to make bass lines for my songs. So when I finally did get a bass and then the pandemic hit, it was like a nice recipe for just kind of like anxious nights away. Like I would just be playing a very slow riff for like hours and hours until my fingers developed some strength and some calluses. And it really helped me to develop my ear. And I would say like learning bass was the best decision I've ever made for both my musical development and just my mental health overall. Just like the ability to hear a song. Like if I was to shuffle one of my Spotify playlists right now, I can probably like transcribe the bass line within a few seconds. Like my ear is just like so much faster now and so much more precise. And that's just been a really satisfying thing to witness that progress over the course of the last like 2 years or so.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
I love bass.
So did you learn via like just like YouTube University? Did you have someone like, did you get a lessons DVD?
Kind of.
Yeah.
I did not have lessons. I would watch some videos when I had like questions, but most of the time, like the YouTube videos were good for when I was like really just beginning and just like learning how to physically play the strings and the frets and everything. But as I got a little bit more comfortable, my main curriculum was just like playing songs in my headphones, like of my Spotify playlist, and just trying to listen and play a simplified version of it in tempo song. So it really developed my ear and also my stamina.
Yeah, and definitely having that background as a pianist helps too, right? Because like the scale is the same pretty much, right? You know, like it's the same sensibilities. It's just more so physically like playing. Yeah,
just translating that to a new instrument. But I'm sure any producer can agree, just like somebody who like when you listen to music, if you make beats or you produce, like you are already listening to different things than you know the general public would be, and you're noticing all of these different rhythmic interplays and all of the different sounds and voices. So I feel like I was at an advantage just being a producer and already hearing those sounds and trying to translate that to my instrument.
Exactly. But you're like self-taught everything.
That's
what's impressive to me is like, granted, you played piano for a long time, but like, how did you get into like just the technical side of things, like where you make a living mixing podcasts or whatever? Like, you had to have gotten proficient enough to where somebody's trusting you with their work, right? Like, how did you how?
Pretty much.
I mean, with the podcast editing, that was just kind of a logical addition to my already existing skill set. Like I already knew how to work with audio files in Ableton because I, edit all my podcasts in Ableton as well. So that was a matter of learning how to onboard clients and sell people in the sales call and just kind of be like an approachable human who could explain something to somebody, that wasn't necessarily like me picking up a new skill set. Like it kind of was, because it's a different, you are like exercising a different part of your, like,
it's a different ear.
I don't know, listening.
Yeah, it's
but
a little bit of a different ear.
But the technical skills are all there. Like, I know how to EQ, I know how to apply compression, and that's a lot of the work with editing a podcast. And then it's just having the patience to sit there through all of those filler words and those uncomfortable, like, saliva swishes in the mouth, like just really like grating sounds that people can make up close on a mic, and just like cleaning it all up. But the skill there for me was more just like being a freelance professional online and knowing how to take care of clients and like providing really good customer service.
Yeah, we eat on the podcast, so there's a lot of smacking on our podcast when the food come through, you know what I mean? So you just let those ones slide.
I'd just be silencing certain speakers when another person is talking, because people be doing all types of things in the background without even realizing it.
So what we're going to do, we're going to get back into some questions right after we get back into this music, because we're at 2 Keep It's and we're trying to make it to 8. So, Trench, man, what we got to do is we got to see who's next on the chopping block.
All right, next up we got Anna How to Beat speaker with Inner Space Heist.
Inner Space Heist? Mm-hmm. That's some extra shit.
I'm here for it.
Cool. Let's take a listen right now on the Beat Club Podcast. Keep it or cut it. Let's get it. Let's go.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
All right, Beat Club, let's talk that talk in the comments. Let us know, would you keep it or would you cut it? Did you hear someone special on it? I see some people saying this is cool, keep it, keep it, keep. Now we talking, this is what I like. Got a dramatic, dark feeling. So people are feeling it, but let's see what the bros in Motion are thinking. So I'm going to go and start this off with Motivate's Pointers Drink. I ain't going to interrupt. We're going to go with Trench, man. What's the word?
It sounds exactly like what he titled it. And I think it's cool, but I don't hear it being on the mix. Other than that, like if it was a score for a film or something, perfect. But for the mix, no. So I'm gonna cut it, but I do like it.
All right, well, I'm gonna jump in and say it has dark sounds, has a bop to it. I'm rocking with it. 2 of my favorite things. I'm keeping it. Motion, what's the word?
I'm a little bit torn, because honestly, this probably isn't my taste in terms of music in general, but I really did like the break beat. And I think it's true to the name. Like, it's definitely like a dark and dramatic feel, as people are saying. But I don't personally like it too much, so I'm not sure where I stand necessarily.
You got that safe keep we talked about.
Yeah, okay, we can go there.
We're gonna go there. We gotta safe keep it.
It kind of sounds like GoldenEye 007 a little bit. For some reason. Something is giving me that vibe of Nintendo 64 007.
I would rock with this. I'm keeping it. So, yeah, I'm rocking with it anyways. Motion said safe keep. You said cut?
I said cut. Yeah.
Motivate. What's the word?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw my safety out there as well. I think it had potential to be like a little bit like just a better joint, just overall musically. Like I thought it felt like a extended intro. You know what I'm saying? Like I was actually waiting for it to it did switch up, but I was waiting for it to go like in a completely different direction. Mm-hmm. But no, it was cool though. So definitely like the drums on there.
So safe keep, and a keep. You know what that means.
Keep it.
It made it though.
It slid.
Hey.
It slid.
It slid. We'll throw the number up on the board because it is important. We're getting that much closer. Trench, man, who we got next?
Next up, we got Brown Jewel with Throw It Up.
All right, we're going to take a listen right now on the Beat Club podcast. Keep it or cut it. Let's get it. Let's go.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
Yeah, the keys would have been killer. All right, Beat Club, let's talk that talk in the comments. Let us know, would you keep it, would you cut it? Do you hear someone special on it? I'm going to go to Motivate Marin first when it comes to the feedback on this beat by Brown Jewel.
That shit was filthy. It was nasty, filthy. I like that shit. I mean, like
We talking about the beats?
Yeah, man. Yo, yeah. Like you just can't, like a good bass line and some nasty drums. Like you can't really lose. I was just saying, like it would have been some keys would have been dope. Like some dope keys on there would have turned it up. But
I'll do it.
yeah, exactly. Get Motion
Send it to
on there
me.
on the keys. Shit, and we up
To go.
But yeah, I'm keeping that.
All right, Trench, what's the word?
You already know. I love West Coast sounding shit. I'm biased, and this is right in that bag. I can hear damn near any West Coast artist on this shit,
Yeah,
and
that
I would
makes
be like, yeah, doing all that shit. Throw it up.
All right, so we got keepers from the crew. Motion, what's the word?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the phase came out, you know, like when the stank phase comes out.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, it's more of a feeling than something that you can logically rationalize, but it had such a strong foundation on the one, but there was all of this playtime in between the beats. Like it really found that pocket, and because it was also so minimal, there's a lot of space for you to just like improvise on top. And I love a bass line. I'll put keys on this, whoever you are. I'll put some keys on this if you would like.
That's all this was. I like the effect on the drums is kind of what did it too. I feel like that
Like
kinda
how-
filled up the space.
Yeah, I like the space that the drums and the bass, like they didn't like overlap. They kind of shared a common space, but the drums just kind of complemented the whole thing. You know what I mean? It was, yeah. But we know we kept it, so.
Yeah, the drums.
Look at that. Trench, man, let's get another one in there.
Next up, we got Ebony Sharp with What Turns You On. And she's in Cleveland, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
And so you can let us know what's in Cleveland, Ohio, because
She
Trench said nothing.
She said nothing. She said
Nothing?
it's cold.
All
Said,
right.
don't come here.
So we're gonna take a listen to this right now on the Beat Club podcast. Keep it or cut it. Let's get it. Let's go.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
All right. Beat Club, let us know in the comments. How you feel about this one? You gonna keep it? You gonna cut it? Here's someone special on it. I'm just gonna say this: Beat of the Week nomination from Loops. I'm putting it out there.
I'm happy.
This shit's fire. This is Belly Roll certified. This is stripper certified. This is everything with the belly button included certified. Is absolutely just I'm digging it, fellas. You cutting this?
Hell no.
Yes. So Marin did say something. So Marin was listening. I was paying attention to Marin, and then he heard something. As soon as he heard it, he was like, "I'm keeping it." And I was asking him like what that was, because it sounded like you were listening for something, but you were satisfied at the end of the day. What was it again? Because was it the keys?
Yeah, it was when the keys came in, like those bright keys. Like when they came in, it was like I was with it the whole time, but that was just that little subtlety that was just like this is what it is. So I liked it. I like beats like this. Like this is definitely like you saying belly roll. This is like shit I clean the house to.
You clean your house to this?
Yeah, I clean the house to music like this, man. This sounds like an instrumental too. Like I don't want to hear any like vocals on this. I think vocals with like an R&B song, like I probably wouldn't like it.
Man,
like it sounds like it would be like somebody like some bullshit that I would kind of be like,
it's that time.
Yeah, like some corny shit.
I would appreciate like some vocals, but they don't even have like words. Just like the timbre of a human voice to complement this instrumental, but not for words, just for like the sound of a human voice.
Yeah, I don't want to hear a sappy R&B song to this shit. Like it would fuck it up. Because you know sometimes you hear songs and it's like you don't think the beat is that great because of the song. You know?
Yeah.
And on the flip side, it can happen on the flip side too.
Well, we keeping this one.
Yeah, it's getting kept though.
There's a lot of keeps. So.
Yeah, it's getting kept. That shit was fire.
Oh yeah, I
Motion.
keep this one too.
You keeping it too? Yes, everybody.
Oh, absolutely. The way to my heart is through lush keys chords. Like as soon as I heard that, I was like, breath of fresh air. I'd say the one like small comment that I have was I think the hats could be a little bit too much at times. Yeah. Like I think if they were just like a tiny bit more minimal, there'd be a bit more space to breathe in the background. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I thought this was a whole arrangement. Like this is like a band. Like I love it. The guitar was really sexy too. Like
there's everything sexy. There was foreplay in this beat. There was everything in this beat. The cigarette smoking after all this stuff happens in this beat.
It's that after the club.
If you got something lined up, yeah, absolutely right. We're gonna throw it out there. Sounds like our first unanimous. Keep it. Let's do it.
Keep it.
And I'm sorry for saying your government name.
What happened?
Your government name sounds like a producer name, to be honest.
What? Who you talking about?
Ebony.
Oh, that's who made the beat?
Yeah, it's Ebony. It's Ebony Eyes, but I keep saying her government, which is Ebony Sharp. I think of Sharp. I think of piano.
Oh, shit. All this
you know
time,
what I'm saying?
Ebony Eyes, you make beats? Wait, hold up. You make beats? Has she sent the beat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. A couple of weeks back she did.
Yeah,
That's right.
did.
That's right. That's right. My fault, homie.
Shout out to y'all.
Joey Don, what's good?
Oh, lick a shot. One time.
So Motion, like what genre? Like I mean, I know you're heavy into jazz. That's what got you into music in terms of like your brother. I did hear that part. But like what genre of music is like your shit? Like what's your joint? Like what really inspires you as a genre of music?
I don't even know if this is a genre, but a song for me, like if I am really going to fuck with it, it's gotta have groove. Like that's probably the biggest thing. Like it's gotta have like a strong grounding in rhythm. And that's probably why I'm a bassist, is I really love grooves. And that can appear in most genres, but strong groove is my shit.
Got you.
Man, why you don't play the bass? I'm surprised you never tried.
I do want to play the bass. Like I
recommend.
Yeah,
I can't recommend enough.
Yeah, I do. I technically have one. Like my I know I have the hat. I got the whole look. I got the whole look.
Like you got the beard for it, bro.
I should be walking around with a fucking bass. Yes. But now my dad has one like for me. Like he has one that he uses, but he always tells me like it's like he's like, yo, it's here for you. You know what I mean? So I got to get into it. But like I started on keys as well, and I haven't mastered that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't read.
Neither
music.
have I.
Yeah, I don't read music at all. You at least probably read music, I'm sure.
I can, but I don't. Like it's not something I've had to do in such a long time. Like in fact, on bass, I do not know theory on bass. Like I can't tell you. I would have to think really hard to tell you what note I'm playing at any given time. It's all by ear for me. I don't know if that gives you any comfort, but it's not really about reading the music. And I will say, the more that I've played bass, the more I've kind of abandoned the keys in terms of like loyal, dedicated practice time. Like that's not something that I've done in a minute.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It's I'm just on my hip hop shit. Like once I've figured out, because I took piano lessons for like maybe like 4 or 5 years or something like that. And like once I figured out how to like play songs that I liked or find chords, it was just like I didn't give a fuck about any of it. Like I had completely abandoned anything that I learned. Like even how my fingers are placed on the shit. Like I don't do any of that shit right. But I can find the notes. I can play some shit.
It's not the same.
I will argue that that's more of an important thing in practice. Like theory is good in that it gives you more tools and it probably can give you more language to discover different things. But as long as you are applying things based on what sounds good to you, that's good, and keep doing that. But you should play bass. Hey, if I can do it with my tiny little hands, anybody can do it.
But here was my thing, because you see I got a steel string acoustic right over there, right? My thing was building up the calluses on your hands. Like I got soft hands, pause, but I got soft hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we never worked a hard day in our fucking life.
You know what I mean? So I was trying
that
to
will change. If you start playing bass, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt.
But I like bass more than the acoustic guitar, so I should have got a bass guitar. But I know I was told about I think Stevie Ray did this, like he put like super glue on his fingertips or something like that.
Yeah, I heard somebody say that before too.
But that's like the cheat code, you know what I mean? I wanted to get like some real calluses so I could be proud of my shits, you know what I mean? Like,
right. The satisfaction you get when you start developing the calluses and it no longer hurts as badly as it used to. Like it's clear progress, and I think that's the most satisfying thing.
See, we need some calluses, bro.
So
and then we can play.
So
the bass.
all your work, like I think I saw a couple of records, but I didn't necessarily hear where you like worked with any like artists. But is most of your stuff like instrumental, or do you like to like work with vocalists?
I have a couple of times worked with vocalists. Mostly I do things instrumental, or I'll collaborate with other instrumental producers. I'm not opposed to working with artists. I think it just has to be a really clear, like it has to come from like chemistry between us first. And it's not something that I seek out, I guess. But there are a lot of like really good vocalists in my social sphere that I would like to work with. And it's kind of like the thing about collabing is like you might have the best intentions and just never actually like come together and do it. Like there's a lot of people who I'm just like, oh yeah, we are going to collab one day in the future. But mostly my stuff is instrumental. It kind of appeases my like short-term attention span to just be like, all right, I'm just relying on myself. I'm going to make something. It's going to be done in a couple of days. And then we move on to the next one. But I'm not opposed to working with artists.
So if an artist wanted to work with you, how would they end up contacting you? Is it something where you handle business all in one place, or like your website or Instagram? How are you doing that?
People who are actually serious would send me an email, because I often disregard DMs that I get from people who are asking for collabs, just because I get a lot of them and it's kind of hard to distinguish, and it's like to practice the discernment. So email is the best way.
My DM, okay?
Sorry.
I said thanks for replying to my DM. I appreciate you.
Oh, were you the one who initially reached out to me?
Yeah, it was
okay. I mean, I'm living and breathing podcast every day, so that was the thing that got my attention. You know, nice. I love a podcast. But
awesome.
In general, I work with people who are more like in my life at the moment. I rarely like end up collaborating with people who I've just met online, and then it leads to a collab right away. Like usually there's some relationship building, and then later down the line we might collaborate, if that makes sense.
Yep.
You gotta fill them out.
Yeah. Now what attracted me to you was like I can see like the passion, like going through like I caught your Instagram, you know what I'm saying? And I was just seeing all of these videos and just seeing you play. I was like, yo, like she's super passionate about what she's doing. Like you could see the feeling in the music, and the shit sounds dope. I'm like, yo, like, but how does that like align with like your goals, like in terms of like the industry? Like what are you trying to do, and who is like an artist or producer that you look to as like kind of like a benchmark, or as like I see what they're doing, I want to get in that lane and then carve out my own?
I am seeking legitimacy in my particular niche. I don't have much interest in major labels or like, I guess, mainstream recognition. That's not really something that I'm after. The Instagram videos are kind of just for fun, and it's like a form of accountability for me as well. It's like documenting my progress that happens to bring new people into my sphere, which I really appreciate. But I think at the moment, I'm just really having a fun time playing shows and being really active in my local scene and my local community. I've had the pleasure of going to other cities and playing some live shows there. Like, live performance is probably my favorite part of being an artist in general. Like, that's probably the music at its most like core for me, is the ability to play live and to see people's reactions to that live music. Like, that's what I live for. And I just like to be able to self-release my music independently, perhaps work with some indie labels, but nothing too mainstream, and just really cultivate what my audience is kind of from the ground up, like I've been doing. So I really appreciate the people who've, you know, been sticking with me for a while now. Like, there's definitely some folks who are still supporting my stuff who were right there with me in the beginning when I started making content, and that's really nice to have that type of loyalty from people. And in terms of somebody who's like doing it the way that I would love to do it, I think of somebody like Mind Design, who's based in Los Angeles. Yep. He's probably my number one sonic influence in terms of his keys background and the way that he'll chop samples and do that classic like hip hop sound, but then also venture off into these neighboring genres and make, you know, like a 80s synth gospel type sounding album, and work with like an orchestra, and it's always melodic and it's always very much like based in musicianship and passion, like you said. So that's the type of thing, and he's very, very well respected in his particular scenes. But if you go and talk to like a random person on the street, they're gonna be like, "Who's that?" but
he definitely like sells out big shows and stuff too.
Yes,
like
he
even
does.
here,
I'm gonna see him in April.
Yeah,
in
he
Chicago.
was here. Like, he was here a couple of years ago, and he played like a venue that was like at least like it was like an over 1,000 capacity venue. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So like there's definitely, he has a pocket in a zone, and that's why you got to get in your DJ bag. I heard you talk about that. Get in that DJ bag, because that's kind of like how it's presented in a way, you know, like on the live performance side of things. That's a way to play your joints. You know what I mean?
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Question though, how did you kick in the door when it comes to like a live performance? Like getting your first live performance booked, how did that happen for you?
My very first live show was at my college, so it was very low stakes. It was mostly people that I knew. It was more like student programming. And that first set, I think I played for like 55 minutes. Like, I had so much material right out of the gate. And I was just like, all right, let's go.
Wait, how long?
So that was, say what? It was 55 minutes, I think. It was like almost an hour long of the material I had for my very first show. Which is not very common in the beat space. You usually have like 20, 25 minute sets on a lineup of like 15 people, right?
Yeah.
But
crazy.
I think the thing that gave me that initial credibility when I first started like venturing out in my own city, Chicago, and trying to get live sets was just the fact that I had a following on Instagram. Probably it's like the first thing that people see when you reach out, which is, you know, I have my opinions about what numbers do and don't do and how really it matters, but I can say I'm sure that was part of me being able to get that legitimacy in the beginning and kind of just get my foot in the door.
Yeah.
But I mean, at this point, the shows that I play are mostly producers playing to other producers. You know, it's a lot of familiar faces, and it just feels like a family, like every month when we come out to these specific events. And I have had the opportunity to play like a little bit larger venues in Chicago, also LA. and that's kind of gotten me out of that I guess the bubble of producers appreciating other producers, and a little bit more to just like regular music people who are there to enjoy good music. But I'd say it's only up from here. Like, the live performance has always been like an important part to me, as I said, so I hope that continues to grow.
So what is your live performance like comprised of? Like, is it you just playing beats from your computer, or do you bring like a rig, or like how are you doing this?
I have an MPD 26,
Yes.
so that's the controller that I use, and I'm not necessarily mixing tunes as you would in a DJ set. Like, I'm not beat matching, and I kind of just like go from one to the other.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I do want to work on, is just like smoother transitions between tracks. But I have my like live effects rig that's set up through Ableton, so I have like a custom audio effects rack, and I have everything like matched to tempo, and so I bounce the stems of the tracks that I want to play, and I am usually able to like pull the drums track and do like really cool
stutters and shit like that.
Yeah, it's a little bit more interactive, and it sounds different every time that I perform. But even that, like, I've been doing it the same way for a couple years at this point, and I'm ready to add some new element to that performance, because I'm starting to get a little bit bored of what I do. And you don't want to feel bored when you're performing on stage. You want to feel like there's always something that you can be doing with your hands, and you just want to give a good show to the people who came out to see you.
So if people wanted to know where they could go and kind of be in tune with everything you got going on now, is it best to send them to the website, or better to send them to your IG?
Probably the IG, because that's the thing that I update most regularly. I will update the website soon, but that just hasn't been as big of a priority. The handle is _MOSHUN. It's also the same on Twitter if you want to, I guess, witness more of my like daily thought process. I do share a lot on Twitter, but it's usually similar content that circulates on those platforms.
Okay, awesome.
You do Ableton tutorials?
Ooh.
I have done a couple of TikToks where I'm giving away like Ableton tips, and that's something that I should do more of. I probably don't give myself enough credit how much I have to share in terms of knowledge on that that dog.
Day.
Yeah, I am in that thing every day.
So we got to get back to these beats. Oh, also I think happy belated birthday. October?
Oh, thank you.
You got it. Your birthday was October?
It was about a month ago. Yeah.
Happy
month ago yesterday.
We're going to toast to that, though. We're going to toast to the birthday. We'll drink for you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Empty cup. Let's go.
What y'all drinking?
Oh, my God. What is that?
This is some Johnny Walker Black.
I don't take shots of Johnny Walker. I guess I do today. Damn. Okay.
Do you drink, Motion?
I do drink, but I didn't think we were drinking in the middle of the day today.
It's all right.
We definitely will drink for you.
Absolutely. We're good at it.
I would have drank with you if I had known.
What's a dope, before we get back to the beats, what's a dope like platform for producers in the Chi that we should check out when we come to the city? Because we
need a tour.
We definitely need to come to Chicago. So
oh yes, I mean, if you do, high-key, just like hit me up and I'll see what's going on during that time or whatever. But probably the most established monthly like showcase for producers, hip hop and electronic, really any style, is Open Beats. Yeah, so it has an open aux portion where, you know, new producers, just anybody can come up and have the mic for like 10 minutes or so and share what they're working on. And then it also has like longer features, so it's usually a very long lineup, like a long night of beats and just some of the most supportive people coming out to support each other. There's also Kinky Yeti, which is a collective of not only beat makers and producers, but DJs, vocalists, MCs, some instrumentalists. I saw a flautist once play one of their shows, so that was very interesting. There's a couple of others that I can't grab off the top of my head, but those two are really, yeah.
Okay. So do you remember Kinky Yeti is what you said?
Yes.
All right. I never want to meet a Kinky Yeti, but
so the name of the platform is Open Beats.
Open Beats.
Yes.
We on it.
Is Summertime Chi undefeated?
Undefeated, absolutely, because everyone knows how temporary and fleeting it is. So everybody is enjoying themselves.
I hear that so
people do not take it for granted how gorgeous it is.
So much. Everybody says, "Yo, you gotta come to Chicago in the summer."
The city comes alive. There is so much amazing free programming. Like, there are free music festivals going on every single weekend. Like, there is so much to do. You can't beat the lake, swimming in the lake, no salt in the water. Like, it's lovely.
Man, when we going to Chi-Town, bro?
In the summertime.
In the summertime?
Definitely.
Yes, you come in the summertime.
Shot.
I'm with it.
Most beautiful skyline in the world. Yes.
All right, so we there.
We there.
And I got to try a deep dish pizza because I've never had like
real one.
Explain to him, because is
What?
deep dish pizza a thing if you're from Chicago, or is it just like
In my experience, deep dish is the thing that you let your friends come and try deep dish when they come to
As a
Chicago,
touristy
but
thing.
not. It hasn't been my experience that people who are from Chicago go and eat deep dish as an activity. It's usually because we have somebody
I've been
out of
telling
town
him this. I've been telling
who's
him.
visiting.
Just trying to be
And
authentic,
then we
but it
eat
ain't
deep dish.
authentic.
Look,
I like deep
you
dish,
done
but
made
it's not
homie
my
mad.
first choice. If I'm gonna go, like, I'd get like a tavern style pizza, but I don't. It's good. It's good as fuck. You're just gonna be on the toilet for a little bit afterwards.
It's
Like,
cool.
that's a
I'm
commitment.
going to be on the toilet anyways.
So let him know what is
But-
authentically Chicago.
What's
when it comes
I
to
need
food.
some food
When it comes
from
to food.
Chi-Town.
What's authentic Chicago food?
Harold's chicken.
Harold's.
Harold makes chicken?
Harold's.
I've never
Harold's
met a
chicken.
Harold that makes bomb chicken, but
It sounds like somebody that should make. Somebody named Harold. They old school from the South.
when I hear Harold, I'm thinking like a greasy apron.
I mean, it is greasy Southside chicken.
Southside. See, Harold's Southside chicken. I'm there. Harold's chicken. It just sounds a little safe.
Nah,
Harold's Chicken Shack. That's the name. Is that better?
Chicken Shack.
Yeah, Harold's
Chicken
Chicken
Shack.
Shack. All right, yeah.
All right, so that's where we going.
That makes beef.
If you
said
do get
Jim's
deep dish
original.
though, go to Pequod's. Don't go to like Giordano's. Don't go to like the chains.
Nah, yeah, exactly. I want those one-offs, those spots you can't find anywhere else.
Any vegan spots in Chicago that you know about?
There are. There was this. What was it called? There was this vegan Thai place that I had last summer with friends. And it was very good. I am not a vegan, so I can't make as good of recommendations in that department. But I know there's a lot out there.
Oh, there's a lot. Okay, thank you. All right, that's good to know.
You trying to find out if Harold made vegan food?
Nah, Harold's does. I know about Harold's.
Harold's Chicken Shack is not
Harold's
vegan.
Is a staple. I've already heard about Harold's.
Yeah, I heard about Harold's.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Never been there though.
let's we got to get back in these beats, but I also see that we have a shout out from Sweden. Shout out to you guys.
Sir,
Oh, I love that.
it's dope.
We are global.
Let's get it.
Definitely.
So, who do we have next, man? With 3-way from 8, and we got some beats to finish this folder. Marin, did you heard your beat played first, by the way?
Yeah, I heard it, man.
Nah.
Motion cut me, and I appreciated it. I took all the feedback, and I was like, yeah, you're right.
See, I felt pressure to kind of be ruthless, like they said, going
Yeah.
into it.
Nah, you was right though. I felt everything. I felt all your feedback.
See, and look, for people that watch the show and are scared to send something in because they're afraid of the feedback, look what happened. Marin took in the feedback, he's gonna apply it, just become that much better.
Definitely, because that was just something like I just made like the other day, and I was just like, And the other thing too is like those KRKs, man. Like,
Yeah.
it's weird. Like they don't like I have to like play it in different places.
Yes.
Like it doesn't give an accurate sound.
It's
So I
not
kind
like
of
a
wanted
flat
to see.
sound.
Yeah,
People always say that.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to see like what it sounded like, and it didn't. I was like cringing. I was like, oh, this shit sounds trash. Like as soon as I heard it,
KRKs are real like low end heavy. They're meant to like knock, but it's not like an authentic sound when you take it
it's
somewhere
not,
else.
it's not.
I think I'm just.
So
I feel like a couple of small changes, like just in the swing and the velocity. Like if there was a little bit more movement and dynamics, like I would have probably changed it too.
I got
Just
married
like there,
to
it wasn't
the,
that far off. From
Yeah,
something.
yeah. The sample it was a sample, by the way, and then I played things under it. But I got married to because it's a drum loop that I chopped.
Yep.
It was one of Kelsey's joints.
Oh, I can hear it.
And I kind of got married to it. But after I made it too, I was like, I should just program my own drums, like program some drums from scratch. Like I felt like that afterwards too. But nah, it was dope. I love the feedback.
See. All right, let's get into these beats. Let's see what's good.
go.
Trench, who we got next, man?
Next up, we got Mad Masters with Rap Star.
All right, cool. Let's take a listen to right now on the Beat Club Podcast. Keep it or cut it. Let's get it. Let's go.
This is Tony on your mind. The Beat Club.
All right, Beat Club, let's talk that talk in the comments. Let us know, would you keep it, would you cut it? They're saying this beat is good. Give space for an artist on this one. This one is fire. Okay, 100 and clap hands. Trent said he's keeping it before he dipped out, but I gotta motivate Marin. What's the word, bro?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it. I was just discussing that. I was just listening to like Migos and Drake Have It Our Way on the way in, and this reminded me of it. And that record, I like that record because of the beat gives the artist so much space. Like the pockets that they all get in a different pocket on that particular song. And I like this. So when I was listening to this, I was listening, from an artist perspective, and it's cool. Like as is, it's just a good beat. Sonically, it's there, and I just heard what an artist could do to it, so I'll keep it.
All right, cool. I'm gonna go to Motion with this one. What's the word, Motion?
Yeah, I like it. I feel like all of the elements are interacting well with each other. Like there's a little bit of empty space and then there's a sound to fill it. And it's hard for me to think from an artist perspective because that's not how I make music. And that's probably why I don't usually work with artists, is because I kind of have a hard time leaving in that empty space. So I will refer to your feedback when it comes to those types of comments. But I think this is a very well-rounded, like it feels very balanced and it's bouncy. It's a bouncy beat. I like it. So I'm going to keep it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to say this. I think this is Migo ready. I think the Migos would be all over this. It's the first group or just voice I heard on it. Yeah, and I liked it for that reason. I liked it because it was ready for an artist. Just the beat alone was cool, but I definitely think this is a canvas for an artist to kind of take it to new heights. And so, yeah, I'm going to say thumbs up on that one. Keep it from me. Keep it from the crew. Keep it from Motion as well. Everybody's keeping it?
Unanimous.
Look at that.
Keep it.
Fire. All right. Well, shout out to you. We got another person on the chopping block.
So it looks like we got King Johannes.
This brother. What he sending?
The name of the joint is called Soul Part 2.
I don't know what happened to Soul Part 1, but Part 2 must be fire.
Yeah, this is Part 2.
Let's take a listen to it right now on the Beat Club Podcast. Keep it or cut it. Let's get it. Let's go.
Royal Crowns Productions.
Hey, King Johannes, man, you need Motion to play the bass on this?
Yes, you do.
We need a bass line, brother.
Definitely need a bass line. I was waiting for it, fam. Bass
I was
line did
about
not
to
make
say
it to school.
this is an opportunity for really fuzzy synth bass.
Yes.
1 2 1 2 1 2. This is Motivate Marin. Just buy our shit, man. Just buy our fucking merch, man. Just buy our fucking merch, dude. We got hoodies, we got mugs, we got t-shirts, we got fucking beanies. What's a beanie? Is that a hat? Is that what we call a hat? We call them beanies? We call them scullies where I'm from, fam. We call them shit scullies. Nigga, we ain't never said beanie in my life. I never called them. We say scullies, man. You said beanies growing up? You said, yo, I got a beanie hat? You had a scully, fam.
The Beat Club.
That's the commercial. That's funny as shit.
I call them shits fucking beanies. But nah, man. This is Motivate Marin, man. 1/3 of the Beat Club podcast. And I'm just hitting y'all up to let y'all know about our merch page, man. Go to beatclubpodcast.com. Click on shop. We got hoodies, mugs, t-shirts, beanie caps on deck. Just hit us up, man. beatclubpodcast.com.
You're listening to the Beat Club podcast, where producers are heard.
I could hear.
You heard
hear
it.
That.
I was waiting for it.
Yeah, we were like anticipating the drop. We were like, yo, this is the bass line is about to drop right here. And then Loops was super hopeful. He was like, nah, he getting this shit
gonna
off.
happen.
It's going to happen after 16 bars.
Yeah, because sometimes you got to get that space for the artist to say they joint and they drop that one punchline and then the bass hits. And you're like, oh, it didn't happen.
Yo.
What's the word?
King Johannes is a keeper, but, bruh, it was powerful without the bass, but now you need that bass line, bruh. You need that bass line.
That bass line would have sealed this. I got to cut it for that reason. Just for that reason.
I can't cut it.
I have to cut it for that reason.
And the only other critique, too, that I have is like the snare needs to cut through a little bit more. Just a little bit more. It needs to be a little sharper to kind of cut through everything. It needed to cut through. Because like before you turn the volume up, I couldn't hear it. I was kind of like, it was kind of getting buried under there. So just EQ the snare. I mean, the drums overall, period, but it was more so the snare.
Hey, that's a good mixing tip. If you turn your volume way down and you realize that you can't hear a bunch of the elements, but a bunch of other elements you can still hear, you got to rethink your balance.
Well, that was something I actually learned from Reese. He was like, I came in during a mixing session and he had the volume turned way down, and I was like, yo, what are you doing? He's like, I'm listening for. If you can't, basically what Motion said.
Yep.
And he's like, I'm listening for this. And if you can get the mix to sound right at a low volume, then you're probably good when you turn that bad boy up.
Yeah, it's like one of my last steps.
So Motion, I gotta ask you, no bass line here, but what's the word on this one?
See, now you got me questioning myself a little. Like, this is my shit. Like, I love soul chops, but I was disappointed that it was only chops and drums. Like, it definitely has so much potential. Like, I could feel the energy building in me because I wanted that bass line and I wanted some type of like melodies and textures to complement those chops. But it felt a little anticlimactic for that reason, so I don't know.
Keep it or cut it.
Yeah,
you gave away your
because
safety.
this is my style. Like, this is my shit. I probably still keep it. But you got to go back. You got to give me a bass line, please.
Hey, man. Hey, King Johannes, man. You could reach out to Motion. She might slap a bass on there for you. You never know. She might slap a bass and some keys on there for you. You can slap the keys, too.
I will say this, that someone says, I would love to learn from her as I'm self-taught as well. So Motion, just pay attention to that. And you can always follow Motion on IG as well to reach out to her. But when it comes to this, I have to cut it. Just because of this. If this was King Johannes' first beat that he ever sent us, we could give the comment of bass line and let it slide. This is King Johannes' like 15th, 11th beat that he sent in.
Yeah, but what I do know about my brother King Johannes is that he does exactly what we're supposed to do. Like, we're here to kind of, this might be fresh off the press. This might be, something new that he didn't finish. And it's tough when you're in it, bro. Like, my problem lately, making beats, is I make shit and like I immediately don't like it, and then I go on to the next shit.
Yep.
And I immediately don't like it, and then like I turn on my shit the next day, and I'm like, this shit kind of hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's missing a lot. Like, they're missing a lot. I just have to get the idea out. Mm-hmm. And Motion was talking about that earlier too. I like, that's important, is getting the ideas out. But a lot of times, I have beats that are like just empty. Like, you know what I'm saying? That are like that for a long time, and I might need somebody to hear it. Or I might need somebody to be in the room with me too. That's why collaboration is like very important.
So
Mecca was at the crib yesterday.
Yeah.
He was literally fiddling around, playing a melody, and then he's like, "Oh, I gotta leave." And I made a beat in like 5 minutes with the melody he started. It was just like, oh shit. And I was making some shit that I thought was dope earlier, but I couldn't get past a certain threshold. You know what I mean? So
I'm going to say,
if I give the benefit of the doubt to this person that the beat is unfinished, then I'd say it's a keep. But if this is the finished beat, then it's a cut.
We can't do that, Motion. We can't do that. I hear you on if it's unfinished.
She kept it already.
Kept it already.
Don't try to sway her.
What? I'm talking to Pretzel. So look, this is my thought. I hear that, but if there was an artist in this room right now, or if there was an artist that he sent this beat to, I don't think he would send it without a bass line. And I think that right there alone, like, we deserve to hear it completely finished. So if it is unfinished, which I know it is because you're saying it in the comments, it is dope, but it's missing the bass line, bro. And you don't want to miss a layup. That shit right there, that's all it needs.
Yeah, it's
that's
missing
all
the
it
bass
needed.
line, and it's missing that little bit of progression to where you can take the sample out here and there, and you can hear, you know what I'm saying?
Even if he had the bass doing it. Yo, the bass line's the only missing piece, bro. Did I waste my safe keep? I probably did. I'm going to cut it.
You cut it already.
Yeah, I'm going to cut it. I know I had time to finalize my decision.
It's getting kept, though.
Yeah, this
it's
is
making
true.
the tape.
Thank you, Marion. Let's go.
Keep it.
Yeah, Marion had to remind me of the rules, but yes. We're going to throw the 7 up on the board. We went away from 8, that great 8. You already know what it is. Let's throw the 7 up there. Boom.
Motion, you got to start thinking about what you're going to name this tape.
If you're going to name it Pretzel and Crunch, you got to let us know, okay? So start thinking.
Oh, shit.
You're going to get there. Let's go through this folder. Let's wrap up this folder. Marion, who do we have next on the chopping block?
So next up, we got Tux, and the name of this joint is called, I don't know what the name is.
Oh, I see it. It's Rose City.
I was thinking that was the title, but then I was like, is that the name of like the actual city they from? I don't know. It seemed weird, but I'll roll with Rose City. Rose City by Tux.
All the way from Oregon. Let's get it. Let's go. All right, B Club, let's talk that talk in the comments. Trench is actually online saying, I gotta cut this one. Shout out to y'all for using technology, throwing your votes. Thank you. I definitely appreciate it. Let us know in the comments, would you keep it or cut it? I'm going straight to Motion with this one. She's been completely honest the whole entire show. She's not trying to, worry about anybody's feelings. She's just giving you the raw cut truth. So Motion, what's the word on this beat?
I'm trying to find a way to verbalize my feedback on this one. I think it feels really over compressed. That could be an intentional choice, but I think the result, at least for me, it just felt kind of grating on my ears. And that sounds so harsh when I say it. I just think the drums perhaps are like over compressed, something about the noise in like it sounds noisy to me.
And then some of the sounds are like ducking.
Yeah, I also can't tell if that's just like the audio quality of the stream or that's also in the mix itself. But it feels a bit chaotic. And I think there's like potential here as well. I like some of the sounds that come in and kind of anchor us in this loop structure. But I'm gonna have to cut this one.
All right, so I'm agree with both of you, especially when it comes to the noise on like the high end and stuff. It was just a bit much, but I did hear a lot of potential there. But just the mix was a little too much for me. So I'm gonna cut it. All of us cut it?
Yeah, it's a cut. I'm cutting it. It was noisy.
All right, let's do this.
Cut it.
I like the drums though. That's the one thing that I did like in terms of just the swing of the drums. Like I like the style of the drum.
Yeah. Out of all the beats we heard already, because I know we're about to go into the other folder. Out of all the beats we heard already, that one right there it was all right. I didn't really see it fitting the mix when we get to the mix. We can hear that, but it's cool. It looks like he sounds like he's having fun. So we got.
He's tearing up some box paper, like paper in a box.
It's the simple things. So we got something from AJK Beats called Off the Map, all the way from California.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a listen to that one right now on the Beat Club podcast. Keep it or cut it. Let's get it. Let's go.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
All right, Beat Club, let's talk about this in the comments. Would you keep it? Would you cut it? Marin about to spit some bars on it. You need,
Yeah.
You got some?
Nope.
You know what's actually kind of cool? I don't know if you was hearing it, but Moshun's cat was making some noise in the background, and the texture from whatever they were doing actually worked with the beat. It was I'm not sure if you heard it, but it sounded pretty cool.
I heard it.
Yeah, this I'm keeping it. It's just a vibe. It was cool. It was mellow. When I hear beats like this, it makes me kind of want to rap because there's so much space there. There's nothing I have to compete with, and it's just like a good time to spit some bars. You know what I mean? So keep it from loops. But let me go to Motivate Marin and see what he's.
I'm definitely keeping it. Like I like the space. I like the only thing I thought it should have went down like another step in the chord progression. But other than that, like yeah, it was just a groove.
All right, so we were talking about grooves earlier. Let's see if it's groovy enough for Moshun. Moshun, what's the word?
Definitely a groove. This beat is very warm. I can definitely feel the low mids are doing a lot of work here, which is a good thing. I love my low mids. But at the same time, in search of a balanced mix or whatever, since you were saying like the cat's making some texture noises in the background and you said that it would go with it, like I think there's some opportunity here for some like very high frequency like Foley texture loops to really just add some like crunchiness to a beat that is already so silky and smooth. Just to give us that like sonic contrast could be really sexy. But I'm gonna keep it because it's a groove, absolutely.
No lie, Moshun just used mad words. I'm using Scrabble, bro.
Yeah,
just putting it out there.
Yeah, we just some beat nerds. Like it's funny, like how, like I understood every fucking word you just said. And the average person would be like, "What?" It's
something so cool when you can just geek out with another person about something that not everybody is included in that conversation. You know,
that's what I like about just like the production world and in terms of like just the community. Like I think that's why it's much better than like it's not as competitive as like the artist, like the rapper community. Like it's because we get each other. Like it's a different language and just shout out to the people that like actually support those type of events, man. I know y'all touched on it earlier, man. Shout out to everybody that came out to Beat Club Podcast Live. Was that last week? Now is that considered last week or Monday?
Nah,
Yeah,
it's
technically it is.
It is.
It's
Sunday
not last
starts
week.
the week. Sunday starts the week.
For real?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I don't fuck with the Roman calendar, son. Nah, I'm just fucking. Nah, I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, are we keeping this joint? Is everybody's keeping it?
It's a keeper.
Look at
Yeah, we
that.
keep it.
AJ,
That's the kind of music that I
AKJ
make. So
beats.
that feedback is kind of just like what I'm giving myself when I'm starting off with like chords, a funky groove in the background. Like that's kind of where my mind would go if I'm thinking what to add next.
Yeah.
We made it to 8.
So
Moshun, where's like your family from? Like what's like your ethnic background? I'm just curious.
My dad's side is from Durango, Mexico. My mom's side is from Germany a few generations back. So that puts me in the middle where I'm neither of those things.
You're just Moshun.
I mean, I don't know. It's always a confusing question for me.
I was just curious. I was just in Mexico too. I hit Tulum for the first time. It was dope.
Yeah, I want to go to Tulum now. Have you ever gone back to Have you ever gone to Mexico outside like Cancun? Or, like you gone to like an unfamiliar place or back home?
No, I'm trying to convince my dad one day to go with me. Something that we could do together, you know. But yeah, I have not.
I'm just saying because when them pandemic prices came out earlier, like last year, bruh. Mexico round trip was like $150, $250.
Yeah, mine wasn't bad though. Mine was $300.
Round trip?
Round trip.
Was it on Spirit?
I mean, that just makes me nervous though.
I would expect that from Spirit, not Delta.
No, I flew Delta.
Yeah, that's great.
That's why I went. I was like, yeah,
fly Delta so you can spread the Delta at all of those in all those countries,
the Delta
right?
variant on that ass.
I mean, that's why those cheap prices make me nervous because I'm not trying to like spread this to countries that are less vaccinated, you know.
I'll tell you this. Mexico gives no fucks.
Like a Florida.
They're like one of the few places that don't require shit for you to enter the country. So they're good. They got it figured out there.
Oh man. So let's
I guess that's how you could choose to interpret that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they give no fucks.
I mean, when I went to Florida, there was kind of no fucks in Florida either. They didn't give any fucks.
Atlanta.
Yeah,
Atlanta
Florida.
too?
I was in. What was I? Miami, and they were looking at me weird for having a mask on.
Yeah, I was in West, like in like when I was driving to Atlanta one trip. It was Virginia. They really were like they thought I was robbing the gas station, bro.
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh,
it's different.
Somebody asked me what my favorite taco joint in Chicago is. That is such a hard question, but you can't go wrong if you get your tacos in Pilsen somewhere. That is the neighborhood for tacos. But I wish I remembered names of joints.
Tacos? Like, is it like street carts or
everything?
Is it like restaurants?
Everything.
Okay.
She said it's everything, bro.
Yeah.
Is that like a Latin or Hispanic area?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's becoming a bit more gentrified, as many places are, but can't go wrong eating in Pilsen.
Yeah, there's more like of that culture there than people think. I've learned like years ago. Yeah, like people don't think that there's like a lot of like Hispanic, Latinx people in Chicago, and they're there.
That's not true. It's just they're very concentrated by neighborhood. Like Chicago is just a very segregated city, neighborhood to neighborhood. But there's all cultures here. They're sequestered in their like bits of the city.
Well, we sound like we're going to Chi-Town in the summer.
Yeah, we definitely.
We're gonna find out.
Hit me up.
We made it to 8 beats. So
we definitely did.
So I don't know. We've been talking a lot about Chicago, so it might
call it deep dish.
Yeah, deep dish. Summertime Shy.
Even after that conversation we had about deep dish.
I'm just saying. I don't know, but it's up to you to make up the name. That's all. But I'm just saying. I'm throwing the name out there. If it sticks, it sticks. That's all. Let's see. What up?
Oh, you go ahead.
No. Go ahead. It's your interview.
I was thinking about names and, a compilation where things are just like coming in from all over. It kind of makes me think of like snack food and just like, you're sampling one thing or another. So I wanted to call it charcuterie.
Charcuterie.
Bro, Scrabble word. You know how many points I would get for that shit?
Charcuterie. Yeah,
charcuterie.
Yeah,
I need to learn how to spell charcuterie first. But once I do,
charcuterie is fire too, man.
It's just a platter of little tastes that happen to go together. Yeah.
Charcuterie is fire, man. I've been able to do that vegan as well too. Like you make
really?
Yeah.
I gotta go. I want to go to a bougie vegan spot, bro. Just let me know a bougie vegan spot where I can put my pinky up and eat avocado, bro. Like,
I got you, bro. I got you. Let's do it.
Let's knock out some more of these beats, man, so we can wrap up the show as well. So let's knock out a couple more and see what's good. So Trench, man, we already went with AJK.
Charcuterie. That could be.
That sound like some crazy like martial arts style.
I'm sorry.
Don't fuck with them. They know charcuterie, bro.
Sorry.
Yeah, no.
But
don't.
are any of the beat makers from Chicago?
Huh?
We haven't seen
beat makers on this tape.
I mean, it's just the fact that it's A&R'd by you.
It's the theme.
You're the representative. I don't know if there was anybody
There
else.
was nobody from Chicago on this beat tape.
Nah.
But yeah.
Come through. I love showing people around in Chicago too. It's my favorite thing.
Now we hitting you up. We hitting you up when we go out there. We're gonna see what's good. Because we need a tour guide. Trench,
That's
man.
my shit.
Who we got next, bro?
So you said we did AJK, right?
Yes, we did.
All right. So next up we got Dame Bing with Dark Water.
All right, let's take a listen to it right now. The Beat Club Podcast. Keep it, cut it. Let's get it. Let's go.
The Beat Club.
All right, Beat Club, let's talk that talk in the comments. Would you keep it? Would you cut it to hear someone special on it? I'm just going to jump out first and say, I'm going
Cut
to cut
that
it.
blood clot. No.
I can't. You know my patois is horrible. So, yes, what Marin said.
Mine was horrible just now.
Nah, you did better than I did. If I try to say that, cut that. How you say? Nah, I'm not even gonna try. Fuck it. Cut. Marin's cutting it, but in patois. Trench.
Cut that blood clot.
What he said. So that's 3 cutters from the room. Motion. You keeping this?
Yeah, I gotta cut it. It didn't
Yeah, it's unanimous.
didn't move me
Unanimous.
really any.
Yeah.
Any
Any
way.
feedback from this producer?
Nah, just
Send
hit
something
the
else.
reset button. You know what you're doing already. Just send that fire.
The drums are good. I don't like what the other sound was.
Exactly.
It
Yeah,
sounded
you could
kind
tell
of
they know
like-
what they're doing.
Kind of sounded like someone was tuning the sound of like chalk on a
chalk.
chalkboard,
Mm.
and that's not a good sign if it sounds like
Sounds like Freddie
Chalkboard.
Krueger trying to play a melody with his blood. Yeah.
Oh shit.
like the screeching. No,
I'm
no,
dead.
no bueno.
Trench, man. Who else we got, man? I know we got like 2 more left in this folder. So what's
Yes,
the word?
sir. So next up we got Fox Styles with Don't Lose.
Damn right. Good words. Hopefully it's a good beat. We'll take a listen to it right now on the Beat Club Podcast. Keep it, cut it. Let's get it. Let's go.
I don't wanna lose your love tonight.
Fox Styles on the beat. The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
All right, Beat Club, talk that talk in the comments. Let us know. Would you keep it? Would you cut it? Do you hear someone special on it? I'm going to go around the room and talk to the bros. Is anybody in this room that's not pouring me a shot? Keeping his beat. Trench, what's the word?
I'm gonna cut this one. There's potential there, but
You're
You want a splash of Bacardi in your drink?
sure.
get a splash.
I thought he was gonna say no. I'm about to go in now.
There you go.
I don't know. It just wasn't my taste, honestly. Fox definitely knows how to make something out of nothing. We always say that about his joints, but this one just didn't, I guess, catch my attention as much as the other ones that we've heard from him. So I'm gonna cut this one.
All right. Motivate Marin, what's the word?
I'm just cutting it.
He's just cutting it. You're not gonna give the extra feedback?
Nah.
All right, cool. All right. I ain't gonna put you on the spot.
Nah, don't do that.
I'm gonna cut it as well. I will say that the drums kept me entertained, but the actual like sample and stuff I wasn't really feeling. But the drums are where they were supposed to be, but just I didn't like the sample too much. So I'm gonna cut it, but I'm gonna go to Motion, see what the word is.
I really like the drums. I like there's like a minor chord stab. Like that sounds really good to me. That's all. That's kind of my shit. But the vocal sample, I don't think went with that at all. Like it kind of, to me, like I'm thinking of the popular song while I'm listening to your beat, and it's kind of taking my attention away from actually what you're giving us. And it's weird because it doesn't even really fit melodically with what you're doing. So, you could have taken out the vocal sample, and I probably would keep it. But the vocal sample really just like took it away and like took me out of the moment of enjoying it. What is that song called? Like it's the most popular. Like that's like the hook from that song. So that also just raises questions like you can't release this with that the like the most identifiable part of that popular song. When it also detracts from the beat itself. So for that reason, I cut it.
There you go. All right, so everybody's cutting it today?
Yeah.
Unanimous.
But see, when it's not even being played, like that beat's really good.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just disappointing.
Yeah.
So we got one more. Uno más. I don't know how you say it in patois, but one. You know when people used to really end phone calls with one?
One,
yeah. Bro.
Yo,
one
the
love.
best shit
Like
was Nori and fucking Paid in Full. He said, water.
I was like, yeah.
That was the best shit ever. So I was saying that to leave people out all the time for like a good summer. I was like, water.
Splash. That's
Hydrate.
dope. All right. Who we got next, man?
All right. Next up, we got People with Transforming.
All right, we're going to take a listen to this right now on the Beat Club podcast. Keep it or cut it. Did you just sip that? Or are we taking shots?
We do a shot. We do a shot.
You got a little
bro,
more.
you
You
look like
got
you
more
got
than a shot.
Yeah.
So that means you got to get it to where your fingers
Yeah, you
at.
got to shack that back.
You're giving me some FOMO
Pause.
here. It's not fair.
What would you be drinking if you were drinking with us?
Yes.
I got some beers in the fridge, probably.
Is it
But-
like an IPA or
It's a Stella.
Stella?
Stella.
Yeah, I like Stella.
I'm not a beer connoisseur.
Neither am I.
Yeah. Sounds nice, though.
Yeah, me either.
Black folks just drink Heineken.
But Stella is like a better Heineken.
What the fuck? What?
Yeah, that's what
I don't know what categories things go into. I'm just like, it's hard for me to differentiate beer anyway. I'm like, that's a beer.
Yeah,
It's
like
definitely beer.
Stella to me,
Yeah.
in my opinion, is like a smooth Heineken.
I
Because
rock with
Heineken's
that.
a little rough.
Yeah.
Heineken give you a headache after like 4 of them.
I'll never get to four.
You got a headache.
I'll never get to 4.
Yeah,
That is not a
Heineken's a
goal of
little
mine.
Don't even
rough.
get to a sip, man.
But yeah,
Fuck that.
Stella is like a smooth Heineken.
No, I didn't know.
Kind of watery.
Oh. In a good way, though.
It's a nice cold Stella in the summertime.
A summer in Chicago.
I like rum. I like rum as well.
Yeah, that's
like
what we're
rum,
drinking
too.
right now.
Yeah. So when we come out to Chicago, we're going to drink some Stella because it goes good in the summertime.
Oh, if you come
we're not
to
drinking
Chicago,
Stella.
I'm gonna have you drink Malort.
What's that?
My lord, what?
Malort.
Oh, okay.
Malort? What is that?
Uh-huh.
That's all like I need to kneel when I drink it. Yes, my lord.
I mean, that's like your Chicago indoctrination. It's like a rite of passage, having
For
a shot
real.
of Malort together.
What is
You
it?
know?
Well, yeah, put us on. What is that? I never heard of it.
I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, it's nasty. It tastes like butt. Like, it's not good.
Oh, my
Rite of
God.
passage is to eat
It's
some
the
ass.
experience of taking
tastes
a
like
shot
butt.
of Malort together that brings
You
you,
just gotta
together. It's a
imagine
community
whose
thing.
butt you're
It's
tasting.
very Chicago
Chicago's
to
butt.
hate
Yo,
Malort.
chill.
You know,
So wait, so why
Wait, what
why
is
do
it?
you guys drink it?
probably just for the fun of hating it. Like,
So wait,
That's
what is
the
it
thing.
made of? Like, what is it?
Ass. You heard her.
I'm trying.
Is it
You
like
could
Jaeger?
convince
Like
yourself
Jaeger?
that it tastes like grapefruit, in my opinion. Like, if you go into it and you're like, I'm tasting grapefruit, you could think that it tastes like grapefruit. I'm trying to remember what actual ingredients. Like, there's some, like, liver. Like, there's some nasty shit
hold
in
on.
there.
So you got to
Motion.
trick your mind just to
Motion.
drink it?
Wait a second. How? All right. So I'm supposed to go into this thinking it tastes like grapefruit, but it tastes like liver and ass. You're not on the same scale.
The reason that it's so powerful is because the taste is delayed by a few seconds. So you get it down, you're like, oh, that's not bad, and then a couple seconds later, then the taste comes in.
Okay.
You know,
But this is a Chicago
just-
staple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a deep dish.
It's a Chicago thing to like make your friends drink Malort, but nobody actually likes it, you know?
Oh, okay.
So you'll have a shot with us,
It's
though.
like a sure.
Oh damn!
Yeah, you have to. Now you have to. You have to.
Fuck that.
Yeah,
All of us will walk around with our breath smelling like that.
I'd be a good host and take a shot with you. Yes.
Thank you.
I want my breath smelling like ass.
I'm just saying, if
So
we
what do we
walk
chase?
around,
What do we chase this with?
grapefruit,
Any goddamn thing.
Lime.
Lime.
ass and
Yeah.
lime.
Hey, that's exactly what your grandmother used to clean the chitlins out with.
This is true.
With some lime and vinegar and shit.
Honestly,
Damn.
though, I do want to Google like what actually is in it. Like,
Yeah,
it's
I
just,
do. I
it's
don't know.
So
Definitely
it
gonna
is
look
such
this
a
up.
distinct taste. Like, there's nothing quite like it.
No.
Malart. Damn.
Malort
Yeah,
with the umlaut over the O.
Damn.
yeah. All right. So wait, do we finish all the beats though? Right? We're good. I think we're good. So I just want to put this out there. One, there was only one Beat of the Week nomination from moi. I didn't hear anything else from any of the other hosts.
Nah.
Can I nominate one retroactively?
Absolutely. Who you got?
The one that was like nasty drums and that bass, and it was just like
The Brown
swinging like
Jewel.
shaker
Yeah,
sounds.
Was it the one that
That
you were
was
trying to
my
put the keys on?
favorite. I don't think it had keys.
No, it's
I
not.
think
No,
that
you
was
have
one
one
that.
You
to
got to
put the
put
keys
keys on it.
Yeah,
It was that one. So it was
that one was my favorite.
So it's the Brown Jewel versus my Damn, who did I pick?
So we got to battle these Jones.
Wait, we not.
Master something.
Oh, a Rap Star? No, I didn't
Wait, hold on.
pick
We
Rap
never
Star.
played-
I didn't pick the
we never
Migos.
played the people one, right?
I thought we played Peoples.
Did we? Or am I bugging?
Oh, no. I
You
don't
picked
think
the
we
one
played.
by
started
Ebony
talking.
something.
Oh, we did start talking.
Oh, we didn't
Damn,
play. We
played
didn't play.
People?
Let's play one more. We're going to play one more. We're going to play
Moshun.
one
Oh,
more.
yeah, one more. Okay.
That's what happens when you start drinking. All right, we're gonna take a listen to this right now. Transforming all the
Did
way
we
from
have
Cali.
some alert here and we didn't know?
Nah, we all of us don't smell
You
like
would have
ass.
known.
Okay.
No
You would have
ass
known if you
juice.
had Malort.
All right, so this is people from California. Let's take a listen. Let's get it. Let's go.
People be having.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
All right, B Club. Let's talk that talk in the comments. Would you keep it? Would you cut it? You
Shout
get
out
someone
to my
special on it?
people.
Hey, that's a drop. That's a drop. All right, so people said you picked up one Marin, don't want to hear a singer on. Okay, keep this edgy. Okay, so people are rocking with it for the most part.
Yeah, this is I'm sorry, people, man. We almost didn't play your shit. This is like one of the hardest beats we heard today.
Yeah,
I'm
Marin's,
so happy.
Marin's been pouring my drink, so I'm just gonna blame it on Marin because it's the easiest thing to do.
I'm okay with that.
Thank you.
Yo, can I comment on this?
Absolutely.
At first, like the instrumental came in, I was like, oh my God, this is a gorgeous instrumental sample or whatever. I was really scared that some like aggressive ass beat was gonna kind of just like ruin like the subtleties of those melodies. And no, it did the opposite. Like everything you brought in totally complemented like the organic direction of those sounds, and I love that. I'm not sure if this person, like people know this producer, but I think he's based out of New York and New Jersey. He goes by Blockhead. It really sounds like a Blockhead joint to me. Also maybe Toki Monster, like really edgy is a good word. Definitely keep.
So we all keeping this joint?
Shout
Yeah.
out people, man.
Yeah,
we keeping this shit. This shit hard
People's
body
beats
karate.
make you want to do hard drugs. I swear.
No, that's exactly what I was thinking
this-
about.
this-
I was
what it is.
definitely
This
thinking about
particular
this shit.
beat was the drug, though. You know what I'm saying? Because like some of them, you kind of need the assistance.
This
to
one was a little bit of a
understand
drug.
Yeah.
This one,
This goes into my tripping playlist.
yeah, this
Send
this
it to
one
me.
kind of took me there without
Yeah.
thinking like maybe I need to pop some.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna
I
try.
do want to try shrooms. I've
I got
never
some-
tried shrooms.
I'll bring you some.
You tried?
Oh
shrooms?
my
Yeah.
god.
Really? Oh, you do this all the time?
No. I did it that one. So funny
You
enough,
did it that one time.
I did it one time.
Oh, you do this
He's
all
lying.
the time.
No, I'm definitely not.
He's lying.
So I did it this one time, and I think the following Sunday you was like Trippy Pizza sent something, and he's like, I would love to try Trippy Pizza, and that's exactly what I had. I had mushrooms on pizza.
You put it on your pizza?
Yeah,
That's
I
a
had
good
to.
way to mask. I
Yes,
hate the taste of them.
To taste
it's a good
is
way
crazy, bro.
So-
no.
to. It,
So,
it
Moshun,
gets
you
worse
tried
every
shrooms?
time you eat them.
Well,
A
so
few
she's had it more than
times.
once. She said every time
few
you eat
Oh,
times.
it.
every time. Put it on
Not
pizza?
in a while. I have done it.
What did
a
you put it
handful of
on?
times.
Did you put it on pizza?
I make a peanut butter and banana sandwich.
Yo, I heard that yesterday. Yo, somebody said
Wait.
that shit to me
It's a
yesterday.
good way
They
to
said they
mask
put it
the-
in-
That peanut butter
Or
peanut
like
butter
if
banana.
you just take a spoon with peanut butter, you eat
Yeah.
them and then you chase with a banana. But every time you eat them, your body reacts more like nauseous like to the smell and taste of them. I don't know, something about it is like it like
I found that
makes
they were
me
growing
wanna
horse shit-
retch.
horse shit. I was just like, no.
I mean, horse shit that's manure. That's
I,
good
under-
fertilizer.
I understand that. Would you eat horse shit?
I'm not gonna
It
eat
just
horse
tastes
shit,
like
but if
dirt.
but if something was grown in horse shit, I'm okay with it.
So, all right. So we're going to Chicago and we're drinking ass and we're popping mushrooms.
Drinking ass. Yo, chill. Nah, pause.
I will say for
I'm not
safety
gonna-
reasons, if you are going to embark on a journey, the best like don't do it around a bunch of people. Don't do it in the middle of a dense city. Like go to a field.
Go to a
Like
field.
go to go somewhere
I'm trying
outside
to go
away.
to a-
Like don't go to a party. I'm dead ass. Like you just especially if you don't know how you react.
Yeah.
Okay, so-
It's meant to make you go inward. It's not meant to make you like interact and go party and like
Okay,
externalize.
question.
Like you want to
heard
you
about
want to
that.
like
So have you done this
internalize
with
your
like?
feelings and listen to a nice playlist and just like I don't know, go into therapy for a second. Like don't do it in a crowd.
So have you done
That
this
sounds
with
like a
a
recipe for
significant other, like somebody you were dating? Like,
I've heard that's
I-
great too.
That doesn't sound like a fun time to me because I would probably get in my head about dynamics and stuff. Like I just do it with like close friends. I've done
Yeah.
it with my brother. Like just
Okay.
people who are really, really close
people that
in your
really
life.
love you already.
Yeah, because you don't want to be
Yeah.
questioned like, did she just ask me to take out the trash that way? Like you don't you don't want to be thinking.
No,
that
like
way.
if I was doing it with somebody I was just like casually dating, like I would just not like that. That doesn't sound like a good
I'm
time
gonna take
because
your
I wouldn't want to
advice,
be like
'cause I-
questioning any like weird stuff between us. Like
Got it.
no close friend, like
Somebody that really
Family member
knows you
who's
and loves
down.
you. That you,
Yes.
Okay.
someone who would be okay if like you started crying.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
who are you cool with crying in front of? 'Cause
Yes.
there's a
That's cool.
possibility you might start crying. So
Well, yeah.
Okay. I'm taking this advice.
People said there's a visual out if we really want to trip.
Oh, for this?
Yeah.
Oh, fire! Put the link in the comments, bro.
so
Yo,
if
people, wait. Oh, he's in
visuals are
Cali,
nice.
right?
Cali,
Yeah,
Cali,
Cali.
yeah.
Yo, people, whereabouts in Cali are you, bro? I gotta come fuck with you, man.
Yeah, and if you want to go do shrooms, we can set
Yeah,
something up.
I definitely been thinking about it.
I won't tell anybody you
What
tried,
I
though.
was thinking was I was gonna like microdose like in tea. I was thinking tea might be the
heard
best.
yeah.
microdosing is nice too.
Yeah.
I didn't know how much.
If you want to actually commit to it, if someone's got like a nice balcony, a nice backyard, that's a good setting.
So yeah. So there you go. Thank you, Motion, for all our drug advice. I appreciate it very much.
I don't look at mushrooms as a drug.
Just do your research because it's not like a pill you pop and it's a different, it's its own
I
category.
was
Do your
mad
research.
mellow, bro. I was mad mellow. I took them and then I was watching a zombie movie because I was waiting for a zombie to like appear. I wanted
my
some shit
God.
to
You
happen.
wanted something to happen?
I wanted
don't
something to
want that
happen. No, I was like,
Hell
if this is
no.
gonna happen, I want this to happen, and it didn't. But I've never been so mellow, like ever.
I just want to be happy.
I want you to be happy too.
It puts you in touch with your inner child.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you're outside and you're just like looking at the sky or looking at a tree and you're just like,
Exactly.
this shit is so beautiful
That's what
and
I
it's been
want.
around us all along. Like
That's what I want. I want to see that
that
shit.
beauty.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to see the things that are around me that I just don't.
I just want
pay
to do art.
attention to.
I want to do
that I
art
don't
on
see.
mushrooms. I haven't
I guess
done
I'll
that yet.
be high all the time because I'll be.
It's
doing
fun
it.
to paint. Like
Be
if you give yourself
outside.
some
Yeah. That's why I tell
watercolors,
everybody to
that's
travel.
fun.
Because there was this artist that did something. I think he did like every drug imaginable, but he did a self-portrait on every drug imaginable.
Oh,
And
I
it all
saw
looked-
that.
That looked crazy, right?
Yeah, those are crazy.
That's fine.
Yeah, it was dope. Like
Very dangerous.
very. I'm not trying to do all those joints, but yeah,
Nah.
just mushrooms and ayahuasca one at a time.
Yeah, I want to try the toad and
Ayahuasca is like a week-long commitment, isn't it? Like
Yeah,
you gotta go down to
you got to
Peru.
deal with a real shaman and all of that.
Even though they do them in like apartments in Brooklyn, but I'm not.
Yeah,
having that
I
happen.
told you when I was in Mexico, they were like, "Yeah, we got that DMT, fam," and I was like, "Nah, bruh."
They used to sell it, but yeah, we'll get into that another time. We spent way too much time on drugs. So did we cut this beat? We kept.
No, we
this beat.
kept it.
All
No, we
right, we
kept
thought to
it.
keep it out there.
There's no fucking way you cut that beat.
Yeah, we definitely kept it.
And the shit made us talk about drugs. So shout out to people.
Liquor shots.
He said it's on his socials.
People, if you don't know who Blockhead is, go listen. That's a vibe.
I'm just saying, all my boys enjoyed some. No mind. All right,
Let
cool.
me see.
So we got 9 keep its, which means Motion. You got to come up with a name for this.
She already
did
said
you
the
finalize
name.
it? You finalize it?
She said charcuterie.
That charcuterie or shy cooterie? Which one we doing?
Let's do Shy Cooterie.
Charcuterie.
Look at Marin with the assist. Shy cooterie. All right, I'm gonna have you spell that for the mixtape because
Yeah,
I can't.
shy cooterie.
Yup. just spell.
Obvious.
Just cooterie.
So
Cooterie.
easy.
And so we had 2 Beat of the Week nominations, right? So we got to battle those out at the end of the day. So what we're going to do, we're going to get prepared for this before we close out the show. We got to battle them out. Let's put the battle arena behind us and make sure that we have this ready. So Motion nominated, it was, what was the joint again? Oh, Brown Jewel with Throw It Up. And we're going to battle that against my nomination of
Let's
Ebony
see, that's
Eyes.
before I actually heard the last one.
So wait. You got to make your decision now. Are you trying to? Because just know the one that I got in my bag, it's a problem. So make sure you come with the right one. Are you going?
I
with,
mean, I can't speak for everybody, but that last one that we played like really did something to me.
All right,
like,
so you running with
is
it.
that what you're going with?
So you going
yeah,
with people.
I'll go with that.
So
That's my favorite.
so Motion is going with people, and I'm gonna go with Ebony Eyes. I'm gonna play Ebony Eyes first.
Yep.
We're gonna play people second, and you guys let us know which one is Beat of the Week. So we ready? Let's go.
The Beat Club.
All right, we're gonna go with people right next. Let's get it. Let's go.
The Beat Club.
Yeah, it's crazy if you figured that out. That's crazy. All right, so it's time to make that decision. I'm going to Trench first, man. Trench, who you picking, Mira? Who you picking?
I'm still going with Ebony Eyes, but man, both joints are
That people
incredible.
was hard.
Incredible.
That shit was hard. So I got one for Ebony Eyes. Motivate Marin. Who you picking, bro?
Yeah, I'm rolling with people on that, man. Both beats, I'll say this, both beats sounded like much better on the second run. Both of them. Both of them.
Yeah.
Both of them.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Both of them. But yo, yeah, I'm rolling with people. That shit was hard body karate.
All right, so I'm gonna go to Motion to see if she changed her mind.
I didn't change. I think they're both silky smooth.
Yeah.
But I think just the innovativeness, like the people joint is just pushing boundaries a little bit more. That bass line is so melancholic. I love that. Yeah.
All right, so let me get this straight. You got people. You got Ebony Eyes. People. So it's up to my decision because I was feeling the Ebony Eyes joint and I was feeling the people joint. But I can say this: the people joint did sound a little bit better the second time around. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to Peoples. I'm gonna have to give it to Peoples. So Peoples, you got the beat of the week. Clap it up for you. And shout out to Motion for changing her decision last minute because that definitely was something she did on the fly. We're gonna play that in the background right now, called Transforming. Play it in the background, and we're gonna go around the room and kind of give our last words for today. So I'm going to start off with Motion just by saying thank you so much for taking time out of your day for rocking with us on the Beat Club podcast. Now is your time to let people know where they can reach you, let them know what's coming out, and anything else that you wish to share with our followers, as well as yours. What's the word?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a pleasure. You can listen to my music anywhere. My name's Moshun, Moshun. I do have a sample pack. It's all like original piano compositions that you can chop up. They're very emo. They're very like deep and melodic and kind of angsty sounding, because that is my specialty. But if you Google Midnight Keys Moshun sample pack, that should pop up and lead you to my website. The volume 1 has been out for over a year. I'm working on volume 2 right now, and the price is going to go up when I put out my volume 2. So you might want to grab that. Yeah, stream my music. Go to my Bandcamp. I'm everywhere.
Boom. All right, I'm going to go to the bros and see how they're feeling. Starting off with Motivate Merriman. What's the word, bro?
Hey, man, like I always say, love is the answer and the cure. Check on your loved ones. Let them know that you love them. Thank you to everybody that came out to Beat Club Podcast Live last Monday night, man. It was a vibe. Shout out to everybody, man. We appreciate you. And thank you, Motion, for coming on the show, man. I reached out to you on a whim. Just discovered your shit and just immediately was like, yo, I got to get her on the show. This is incredible. And so thank you for being so gracious and coming on the show. And
thank you,
fam. And I'm glad we connected so much fun. Because like I feel the synergy and I feel like we're gonna keep the connection going and do some dope things together, man. I'm speaking it into existence. And shout out to everybody.
Malort in Chicago, yeah.
Yes, definitely. And shout out to everybody that's been supporting us along the way. You know, I around this time I get emotional, especially when I'm drinking and shit. Mm-hmm. And
don't cry.
When I might cry. But when we get to this time of year, though, I really think about like when we started conceptualizing this podcast. Like we've been doing the Stew Beat Showcase, Beat Battle event since about 2011, 2012. And then we started doing this in 2017. And it was around this time of year when we started putting it together. So every time, like when it's close to Thanksgiving, I just start thinking about that. And I just think about like how far we've come. And like, I think about like what we each were going through in our personal lives too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what gets me emotional because it's like, yo, we were going through a lot of shit. Mm-hmm. And this was the constant, you know what I'm saying, that kept us sane. Like we looked forward to coming here on Sundays like this. Even when we didn't know shit was going on with our brothers, you know what I'm saying? Even when I didn't know shit was going on with my brothers, like this is the center, you know what I'm saying? So I really and genuinely have to say this right now in this moment. I appreciate each and every one of you that tune in each and every week, comment, subscribe to the Twitch, subscribe to the YouTube, fuck with us on Facebook, fuck with us on Twitter. Like, it really means a lot to us personally because we put a lot of time and energy into this, and then the love that we get back actually like helps us in our personal lives. So we have to thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just a one-way street, it's a two-way street. We thank you, we appreciate you, and it's love. And we are going on 5 years of providing a platform for producers. This is fucking incredible. So I appreciate y'all, and I can't wait until 2022 because we got a lot of exciting things in store. We're going to be bringing shit back to y'all. We're going to be exclusively on Twitch on Sundays for our live shows. So make sure y'all subscribe to us on Twitch. Get a head start. Do not wait. It's going to be official. We're going to be bringing you content all throughout the week. It's not just going to be Sundays. So you got to fuck with us on Twitch. So I'm just excited and I feel good. It's the holidays and I'm drinking Bacardi and I'm drinking. Yeah, no, I'm just but I love y'all, man. Peace and love.
There you go, Trench, man. Any words you want to share?
Yeah, man. If you can see it right now on Twitch. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me highlight the comment because this is important. Might Write For You said there's 7 weeks until 2022. Yeah. But like I always like to tell people, don't wait until the new year to start your New Year's resolutions. Get started on that shit right now. If there's something you need to, if there's a habit you need to get into, a good habit, get on that shit right now. Start right now. You know what I'm saying?
What can you do today?
Exactly. Say it. Go ahead. Finish it.
What can you do today that your future self is going to be like, yo, thank you. You did me a solid.
Bang. That shit right there, man. Don't wait. Get started now. Get to the bag now. Get to creating now. And like Marin said, man, I love y'all. My Twitch family. Thank y'all for always being there. GQ. All my brothers, all my sisters. Much love to y'all because, yo, this show is really nothing without y'all. And we're going to end up rating our brother Ski Mask. He's rated us before. We're going to show some love back to him. He's probably making beats right now.
Shout out Ski Mask. Ski Mask, what up?
I'm going to pass it over to my brother D Loops.
All right, so I didn't mean to pass it to y'all emotional brothers first. They definitely put me in an awkward space, so I just got to change up what I was going to say. I mean, it's sensitive. I will say
match that energy.
Yeah, I can't match that energy whatsoever. I will say this: if you're a person out there that tends to, like myself, I tend to overextend myself to other individuals before I, do something for myself. I would say this: move faster than the speed of your mouth. So if you're going ahead and you're gonna, you say you're gonna do this and you're gonna do that, sometimes it's good to just be quiet and let those actions speak louder and speak faster than you can actually promise somebody or you can actually put out there in the world. So if you know you want to do something, instead of telling somebody, put the actions forward towards it. And then eventually your mouth will catch up versus saying, I'm going to be doing this, or I got this plan, or I got this going, and I got this going. Because what that does is it adds extra anxiety. It adds extra things that you don't necessarily need at that moment in time. I get speaking it into existence, but sometimes you got to speak silently within yourself, sometimes through meditation and other forms of talking within yourself. You don't have to necessarily verbalize it. So once again, move faster than the speed of your mouth and get some things done. I hope you guys close out 2021 with a bang, and anything that you have planned or anything that you got going on, just constantly speak it to yourself up here and make that shit happen. But besides all that, I ain't got nothing else to say but to say thank you to Moshun for showing up on our show. Thank you for vibing with us. Thank you for picking some beats with us. I'm glad we made it to 9 beats at that. And I'm glad that your Beat of the Week nomination made it to actual Beat of the Week as well. So thank you so much for being on the platform.
I'm glad we didn't forget about it.
No,
right? Drinking.
We're talking about mushrooms and shit.
That would have been a tragedy.
Truly saved the best for last this time.
Back to Mundo. So yeah, because I can say it on the radio, I'm gonna say it right now. She. We out.